on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. They used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it. Y'all's the hater on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. They used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it. Your homies on it.
Realest Podcast ever. We back recording live from the Fantasy Factory, man. Today, we got a special guest in the building. You're going to hear a third voice. Obviously, if you clicked on this link, you already know who's here.
You're watching.
But nonetheless, man, today's guest is a return guest. He's one of the first people with some presence and a name to come through for us on the pod. He's pretty much done it all in the last 4 or 5 years since he's been here, man. He's toured with D.L. Hughley. You've seen him absolutely kill all of his sketches and skits with All Def Digital and headline his own comedy tours. But most notably, and this is my favorite part of his catalog, the Advice from a Fuckboy podcast. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
took over the net and had the world wearing and saying Hoochie Daddy. TRPE Nation, give us a warm welcome. Let's welcome back, man, Mr. Clint Coley.
Man, thank you for that. First of all, real quick, can I talk about Hoochie Daddy for 1 second?
Of course.
It popped during the right time, bro.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that is because, like, I was at the Roots picnic, and, like, maybe the video had been, like, maybe a week or two old.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't never got that much love in Philly, dog. Like, grown-ass men. Like,
right.
Yo, that's the Hoochie Daddy bull. Yeah, dog, yeah. And I had on the shorts, though. Like, I wasn't disappointed.
You was on brand.
You know what I'm saying? It was just, that was the Roots picnic 2022. That was the first time, like, I came to Philly and felt like, oh, Philly liked me back.
Right.
Like, really. And I'm not saying that like y'all never did.
Yeah.
But, like, that was the first time I really was like, damn, like, y'all, like, it wasn't nobody was being joked. Like, it was fun. Like,
yeah.
That's all. I just want to shout out everybody out for doing that, man.
Nah, man, you most definitely set the world on fire. I saw all types of, I go through a lot of content on a week-to-week basis for months and months and months. There was, like, round table discussions, panel discussions. Is it acceptable? Is it not?
All of that.
Is it feminine or masculine? Ladies, how much leg is too much leg from a man? Like, it was going crazy for months and months and months, man.
And nobody asked me, but I'm glad because I didn't want to be a part of that conversation, man.
Yeah.
I don't got time to be arguing with no man talking about some, yo, it's too much. Look, wear what you want. If it's too much leg for you, then don't wear them.
At times, our culture, we talk about it a lot. At times, our culture can get together, like you said, round tables.
Yeah, like
meet at 4 p.m. to discuss.
Jump on the Zoom at 4 to discuss this nigga from Philly in these shorts.
Like, them shorts wasn't new though. The niggas been wearing them, dog. Like
niggas was having catered conversations about Hoochie Daddy shorts. Straight up nonsense, man.
Because as a man, like, what?
Yeah, it was a lot going on, man. But did you benefit outside of like the traffic and attention? Or did you benefit? Did you make some money off of this wave?
I didn't capitalize. But because here's why. I said to myself, like, you don't capitalize off of a fad.
Got you.
Because, like, let's be real. Next year, it's not going to be Hoochie Daddy season.
Might be AI season.
Yeah,
Might
Lord
be
Tariq
AI
get
shorts.
out of jail and we back to wearing big ass leather sets.
Yeah,
you never know.
Because here's what's going to happen. Somebody next, like, May is going to try. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to try that. Somebody on their podcast is going to be like, yo, it's time for the Hoochie Daddy shorts, blah, 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 blah. And
You're going to be like, shut your dumb ass up.
It was a moment in time. Like, I just felt like it's for the culture, man.
You know what trend I knew was coming back a couple years ago, and I called it. I knew it was coming back. I was watching Rocky V. Remember when Rocky's son became like a little thug down there in Little Italy, and he had the earring hanging from his
the
ear?
dangly earring?
And I was like, niggas gonna start wearing them, and sure enough, they're doing it.
I saw Javante Davis with a dangly earring yesterday. I was watching this part of his press conference from the January fight.
And he had a
dangly earring on, little cross joint.
Yeah.
The boy Bartice from Love Is Blind. I watched that. No.
I'm not familiar with Love Is Blind.
That's the show.
I watched Too Hot to Handle. That's my shot.
Yeah, that's the toxic show.
Yeah, that's the toxic shit.
What is Love Is Blind?
Love Is Blind. It's a show on Netflix where you sit in a pod and you don't see the person you're talking to, and then you gotta you fall in love. Like,
okay.
You gotta get engaged.
Like a game show.
It's not really a game show.
Because they used to do that back in like the 70s, 80s. Remember, it'd be 3 people on the stage and they couldn't see them.
It's kind of like that, but it's not a game. It's like, yo, you're going on dates with everybody in certain pods.
Okay,
and
got it.
Blah, 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 blah.
So
blah.
do you see the people at any point?
We see the people, but no, you don't see them until you say, hey.
So it's like Instagram relationships.
Yeah.
A whole nother person when you show up and shit after 6 months.
But
Who
you're
are
having
you?
a conversation.
It's me, Teresa.
Teresa.
It's me, my love.
Teresa. I don't know no young women named Teresa. Everybody named Teresa I know is like 45.
Yeah.
We watched one of them shows, 90 Day Fiance.
It's all the same though. They all the same.
The bull
It's all in the same
bull
general
was spinning
pocket.
the bitch, like all his pictures was him like husky as shit working out, but they was grainy ass pictures. She was in love with the
Jones from
nigga.
the 80s.
Yeah, sending me money and all kinds of crazy
That's
shit.
all they be doing. Yeah, so on this joint though, like you kind of build a connection. But long story short, one of the niggas on there, he had the little, and they was making fun of him though. Like, yo, why would I date a man with the hoop with the cross and shit? They was making fun of him. I mean, look, man.
It's crazy how the right person can get the right thing to go.
So
It's insane.
it's crazy you say that because like, so the hoop with the cross is ass, but but Jalen Hurts wears the hoop earrings, and it's like
Nobody.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Like,
It's crazy how like we look at like Jordan hoop earring
Yeah.
and Birdman hoop earring. It's like 2 completely different things.
that's facts though. Yeah,
True
like-
story. I say it all the time. You know, I was a Real World fan. Real
same
World was
here.
my favorite
Yes,
shit.
same here.
So if you remember the Vegas season,
Yes.
when it was at the Palms, when they first showed
Alton.
up, Alton, dog.
I remember this nigga, dog.
Alton had on a changed clothes Scully.
Yes, he
and
did.
I remember the next day in school, mother was like, you see that nigga with that goofy ass Scully with the brim? Like, what the fuck? 3 months later, Jay had one on in the change clothes video.
It was crazy.
Everyone was wearing the shit.
Everybody was wearing.
He had that shit on, and it was the goofiest nigga. Looked like a fucking penguin. Why you got that stupid ass hat? It was
Don't even get that cold in Vegas.
It
Fuck
was
that
the
nigga doing that stupid
goofiest
ass
hat on
hat.
the planet.
No.
Niggas, Jay had one on. Nigga, give me purple joint, match my button up.
That season had for me at the time had the best looking women.
It was
Like,
it was.
I was attracted to the chick Coral. I thought she
Coral.
was fine until she smoked cigarettes.
I like the white joint when they was in New Orleans. Had the big ass titties. I can't remember her name.
I don't remember her.
I fucked with Ruthie from Hawaii.
Ruthie was fine.
Ruthie, because she was like Polynesian. Or,
Ruthie was fine. Yeah.
If we
I'm
could do
sorry,
a-
if y'all see
Yeah, we can do a whole Real World.
right.
Real
Yeah,
World.
I don't remember shit from the real world
that's
except
becoming
New
the
York and LA.
heavyweight
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
I remember the first 2 seasons.
you know,
That's it.
Miz was on. Was he on Hawaii
New York,
or
New York. He was on
New York?
Yeah. I remember Miz.
But he was like roaming around the house, like, yeah, I'm gonna be a wrestler and da 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 da. Sure
did
enough,
it.
this nigga
WWE
became the
champion.
WWE champion. Real shit.
Real shit.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, man.
you white, the world is yours, man. Like,
From the real world to the
remember when
WWE
David
champ.
was trying to be a singer? They canned that shit immediately from New Orleans. Give it to They got
No,
him
sir.
the fuck out of there.
No, sir.
Get your dumb ass out of
Get
here.
your ass out of here. Exactly. Bro. Come on, be my baby tonight.
Nope. Oh, I miss reality shows.
Dave Chappelle.
Good reality
Good
shows.
reality
Dave
shows.
Chappelle had that nigga come perform on Chappelle's show.
Yes, he did.
He was
Yes.
like, yeah, I got a special guest for y'all tonight. David from New Orleans. The crowd was like, what? That nigga came out.
Playing with that man dream like that.
Damn, dog.
I see the way you treated other thugs you've been with. Come on, be my baby tonight.
Yo,
That
I'm
was my
crying,
shit.
bro. That's real shit,
Yo,
though.
Real World. That was good reality
Yes,
television.
yo, dog. It didn't like my favorite though, for real. When I was in college, it was like 06, 05, 06. Nigga, Flavor of Love was must.
Oh my
see
God. It is the best
TV.
television in history.
Bruh.
Flavor of Love, low key, like
It's-
it shifted
Yes,
reality.
yes.
Yeah.
They said, yo, we got this burnt roach of an icon.
Yo.
That's what's crazy.
Of an
about-
icon.
That's what's crazy. Like, it's
And we're
so
going to have
crazy.
20 semi-beautiful women compete for his love.
That's why the show
It was a
works.
couple things.
There was a couple things in
Hoops
there.
was on there.
Hoops
was all that.
Hoops was on there. Who was the Asian Polynesian looking chick?
I don't remember her.
You got me.
She like got toward the end.
Delicious was on there. She followed me.
Delicious.
What's up, Delicious? How you doing?
Delicious was on there. Hoops was on there. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think who else came from that original John. Shit, New York, she
Nigga,
blew
New
the
York
fuck
was a
up.
star, bro.
Yeah, she blew the fuck up.
She really loved that nigga, yo.
Yeah.
That's what was like she like I don't know if she was acting. I don't know if we believe. Like, bro, how many spinoffs came from Flavor of Love? New York got a show. Then from New York show, them niggas. She had
The two brothers.
They got a show.
Chance and Real.
Yeah. And then one of the niggas die or some shit.
Yeah, real died.
Real.
Damn.
Stallionaires.
Damn.
Yeah,
Rest in
Stallionaires.
Yeah. Now they have the Micah and Chance have another show on Zeus Network, which is the new hub of urban nonsense.
I don't even.
Yeah, you got it. That's an app. You know what I'm saying? That's an app. That's app television. You got to pay for that.
urban nonsense.
Yeah, I don't even get into the Zeus. All that shit is terrible. Yeah, reality show shifted after Flavor of Love
Yes,
real
it did,
bad.
for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it just became something else. Now it's almost it at times it's just unwatchable.
No, it's because you know. So at least to me, there was a mystery back in the day. Was yo, I really believe this shit.
Right.
Like I really believe this chick New York was in love with this nigga Flavor Flav that way, and because it was like she not ugly, right? But she was like she just ugly enough.
True story. If you really get
to love Flavor Flav, right? It's like she
You're like, no, this is real love right here.
Yeah, like, it was
if you really go back in time, Real World dealt with real issues.
Yes,
Remember
it
the boy
did.
who was gay, who was
Yeah.
dying from AIDS?
Yeah,
you had
yeah,
that
that was real.
situation.
That was real.
You had Puck with being like that nasty white trash shit.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
you had
You showed how they showed how they dealt with 9/11.
dog
Like you're not allowed to have a TV in the house. That was the only day.
Yeah.
Like it's like yo, y'all can. You know what I mean? Like,
Real World
yeah.
was a real live thing, and it dealt with real live issues. And then racism, all that. Remember when the bull smacked the white girl? What was his name? David?
David.
Yo, that nigga said, oh, he opened the door. Back his head. Go ahead, y'all take off.
Can't smack a white girl on
That
MTV,
shit
my
was
guy.
crazy. And then after a while, like I said, the Flavor of Love shit hit, and it just...
So basically, what really shifted was, and I'll tell y'all, in the industry at the time, and I didn't know this, but like you got now. I got older writers and stuff giving me their old war stories.
Got you.
And basically in the early 2000s, the writer strike happened.
Yeah.
Like, so you started seeing less scripted shows because they're not getting what they should be getting or whatever. And now you're seeing like an influx of reality shows. And the crazy thing was there were so many, but there was a few that just really hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they kept them going.
Yeah.
Like once upon a time, it was probably like 90-10. It's probably 90% scripted shows, 10% reality.
Now it's getting back to, we're getting, like, one thing I will say is scripted TV is back.
It's for sure back.
Like, we like real, legit shows.
Yeah.
Like, even, and I'm not to bring it to dating or nothing like that, but if you talking to somebody that you just met or something like that, what are you watching is a very good conversation.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not just reality shows. Like, you have an opinion about Billions, or you have an opinion about, Succession, or whatever you decide to be watching. So I do like that part of this. You know what I'm saying? That reality shows now have a niche audience.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's almost like there was a time where every network was trying to jump into that.
Yeah.
Even the big major networks and all that, and they realized like our consumer doesn't want to see this garbage, and they've gone back to regular scripted
yeah.
shows.
Remember like The Apprentice and all of that shit where it became like this. That shit's like one of the greatest rating joints.
It is.
ever.
Yep.
Yeah. It was up there. Wild time, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
fucking
crazy.
time.
Real life careers came from that shit.
Candace Owens, I believe.
Omarosa, all of them.
Yeah.
Like it just real life careers came from them reality shows. Yeah.
So Clint,
What's up, bro?
we had you on the show years ago. I emphasize years with us.
Yes.
Needless to say, you're in a much better position now in terms of like your success and notoriety. What's been the best part of your professional journey so far?
Bro, I really feel like I get paid to make content that I like. I like talking shit about music. I like playing spades. I'm making money doing both, on top of doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Nigga, life is amazing. Like, that's really the bottom line. Like, you want to get to a point where you really feel like I'm not doing content. Like, anybody that knows me would be like, no, the nigga's always played spades. Anybody that's ever been to a show of mine knows, like, backstage, I'm playing spades. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that knows me knows, like, I'm not an aficionado of music, but I know my stuff.
And you got your strong opinions on it. You believe what you believe.
Whether it be right or wrong, whether you agree or disagree, you at least know it's coming from a place of somebody who's informed.
Yeah.
And that's that brings you a certain level of peace you just don't get everywhere. Like, that's really what that's brought me in a space where, like, it's hard, don't get me wrong, but it's peaceful.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not making shit that don't, like, I'm more in control of what I want to do, and it makes me happy doing it.
How did your World Series of Poker grow, of Spades, World Series of Spades grow so fast? Like, it's like I seen it on your page, and then it was like everywhere.
So, I mean, I had help. I can't, like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's, got with a big black-owned production company out in LA called Macro. They wanted to, just to name a few, like they did Judas and the Black Messiah.
Got it. Big deal.
Yeah, yeah. So they ended up, getting me a deal with Caffeine Television, right? Which that's another story for another time. We'll talk about that off camera. But we were
Caffeine got the bag.
No comment. They do have the bag.
I was about to say they have it. The bag doesn't open, from what I've heard. But that's another story.
Listen,
I've read some things.
I love Caffeine Television and everything that they've ever done for me.
Yeah,
we were great partners together. I appreciate them for what they did and who they are, and that's that. But what I will say is, we ended up getting Makai Pfeiffer.
Oh shit!
We ended up getting Rhapsody playing. We ended up getting Yo-Yo and Problem.
I love Yo-Yo, man.
But Makai Pfeiffer winning, he's our champion.
Okay, got it.
That changes a lot of the trajectory. Like when you got somebody like that, like he's kind of like, and I don't want to say the perfect guy to play spades, but he's like, damn, I can see Mitch playing spades. Like
right, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like and he garners a lot of respect in the industry. So now it's like they don't just want to beat anybody. They want to beat him.
Right.
Now bro, we have so many athletes and stuff like, we want to play. Like John Wall wants to play. Like we got something coming up in January, but that's what helps. Like I'm not going to celebrities do. I mean, this is like, we're not going to sit here and act like Hollywood is not a monkey see, monkey do thing.
For sure.
If somebody else co-signs it, like it's legit. Like Michael Smith is an EP on the show. You know what I'm saying? From Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
Roxy's involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people are like, okay. Like at least everybody knows if there's a spades league, it's his.
Gotcha.
Nobody don't even try it. Don't touch it. It's been done before.
Are you familiar with the TV show Southside on HBO Max?
I love that fucking show.
You see, they did the whole spades tournament, John. I immediately thought about you when I seen it.
I love that fucking show. So here's the thing, right? Like I will say, I don't think that like every time I see spades, I'm not like, oh, man,
like you cornered the market on spades.
Yeah, nah, because it's our game. It's our game.
Yeah.
The thing I want people to understand is, if there's a league, it's this. Like we are going to be like as big as the World Series of Poker, if not bigger, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I really started to have to look at the World Series of Spades like I'm Dana White. Like there's so many other things. Like I really own a startup company.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're right in the stage of like, okay, we're about to go here. Or if we fail miserably, we'll go here. But at least like it's out there that people know. Like,
but even if y'all fail, you might get like you might get like a black 30 for 30. I don't know.
Right.
Unsung.
Yeah. Nigga, unsung. But here's the thing, right? So when I read Malcolm Gladwell's The Tipping Point, he talks about that. You know what I'm saying? Like he talks about how like things don't just like hush puppies happened or they had a resurgence because somebody was just wearing them, and then somebody was like, "Oh, they dope."
Right.
All right, I'm gonna wear. Boom, you got a fad.
Yeah.
Who's to say within the next year, right, that the right person or the right thing happens, and then everybody's like, "Yo, we want to play spades. Yeah. We want to learn spades. We want to," you know what I'm saying? Like they'll come.
You are a Michael B. Jordan appearance away from $100 million evaluation.
Nigga, let me tell you something. Macro manages this nigga.
Yeah. What up?
What's up?
Because I say that because black people love Michael B. Jordan. So it's like they love the nigga.
You get Michael B. with that little mustache on there.
You was in there.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
That's all we need, right? Facts.
I ain't gonna hold you. I want to come on the spades joint, but I have a sad reality. I don't know how to play spades.
You'll get smoked.
I play spades with like my family, and my family's like down south country. Like this spades is like serious to them. And we was playing, and like it was me and my uncle versus my two other uncles, and like you have to like say how many books you got. And I was looking at my hand, I'm like, oh, I got 9. My uncle got it. I was like, let me come look at it. Like,
because if you got 9, nigga, we got the whole hand.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really know what I'm looking at. And it's like the 2 is worth more than the ace.
But the wild.
Joker, deuce, deuce.
Yeah, it depends on how you play. Everybody plays different. I will say, though,
Joker, deuce, deuce is the proper way to play.
Yeah, I will say that, too. A lot of people play ace high or whatever. Yeah, that's childish.
He out of here.
Everybody different. What I will say, though, is people think spades is hard to learn. Like, that's the one thing that I want my show to be, though.
I don't think it's hard to learn, but I look at it like making greens. Like if you don't
Easy to fuck up.
like if you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna show in the final
But my
product.
thing is, there's the you can get the basics and then you can get good. Like I tell people this, right? Spades is fairly simple, right? It's really it's a game of counting cards, counting numbers, and also mind games, right? But at the end of the day, what makes spades dope is spades rewards intelligence. If you set somebody, you feel like you outsmarted that man.
Right, you outwitted them.
You outwitted them. Spades is that's mentally rewarding for you. That's why you take it so personal when you get set, because you saying to yourself, damn, I'm dumb. I didn't see that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When it's not that you didn't see that, they just smarter than you. And now that makes you even feel even worse, and they can continue to talk shit.
Yeah,
but you can learn in a safe environment. Like we teach in a safe environment. I learned how to play poker. Now I know the basics of poker. I don't know how to, like, I'm not good.
Gotcha.
But I know the basics of poker from watching the World Series of Poker. I never heard of Texas Hold'em until I watched the World
Same
Series.
here.
I watched like maybe 3 episodes, hour long a piece.
Yeah.
And by that time I'm like, oh, I see what they doing.
But it's a super duper cerebral game.
Yes.
And
Now
you're playing your opponent
part
more
of it.
so than
Right.
anything.
I understand that all day. So like, if you did like a black poker,
But here's the thing though, right? Spades it's not the same, but it's like now you have that plus now you actually have legit talking at the table. Like in a poker match, them niggas really ain't saying that much to each
Yeah,
other.
for sure. It's a game of anticipation.
Right. Whereas in a spades game, you know, you're going to get rewarded for a good hand with a, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I showed y'all the last episode with Makai and you know, Makai playing a group of twins, I've never felt spades tension like that a day in my life.
Right.
Like there was like, and if I'm just explaining this
Yeah,
behind the
do your
scenes
thing.
shit, everybody got paid before the show. Like,
Okay.
You're not making any money. Like, I mean, you made your money already.
You made an appearance fee.
You got an appearance fee, right? Whether you win or lose, you're getting the same money.
Yeah.
Right? But like, so in essence, do you care? Yeah, I kind of do care.
Right.
Because they playing for the belt.
Bragging rights.
Right. So, and I never felt like it was thick tension in the air. Like literally, like these guys, like I felt like they was gonna fight.
Yeah.
Like that's how bad.
I mean, yeah, some people are competitors.
Right, but it shows on television, and that's what we're trying to sell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It showed, like, here's the thing. You had somebody you were rooting for, Makai, and you had a team that you didn't like in the with their a set of twins.
Okay.
Why do you, like, bro, like, I hate the Cowboys. I tune in to see them lose. Not to say that y'all been losing, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I will watch a game.
There's a victory for you and them losing.
Nigga, it makes my day.
Right.
Same thing, but the NFL thrives off that.
Yeah.
They need that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not watching a Sunday night game where you know what I'm saying, where I don't care who wins. Or loses. But I'm definitely watching Sunday night with the Cowboys.
Right.
I don't give a fuck who they playing.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So, a typical World Series of Spades episode. What's the format? How long is it? Like, it was like a 30-minute show.
It's about an hour.
About an hour. Okay.
It's two matches.
2 matches. Okay.
2 matches. Yeah. So what we'll have is our our undercard. We'll have our main event, and basically the format is play Joker, Deuce, Deuce. Game goes to 350, and we're playing best out of 3.
Gotcha.
So you're not, it's not always, you can't really find out who wins the 350. Best out of 3.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm the referee. I'm not really calling reneges or anything like that. What I just do is just make sure that the cards get dealt and the cards get shuffled, and there's no cheating going on.
Got it.
But in the meantime and in between time, I'm talking shit, having fun, and
Coming on a World Series of Spades and cheating is wild as shit. You're a wild nigga.
Supposed to be one of the best players in the world.
What's crazy though is in the first season, like the season where we didn't have a budget, right? Because that's how it came about. Like we came about like this is January 2020. I'm playing spades in LA with some friends of mine.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to, like, these are comedians, Leonard Oots, Rito Brown. I'm about to choke these niggas.
Right.
Like, and it's like we've been knowing each other for years, we friends, but it's like, yo, I will fuck you up. Like, because I was cheating, they cheated.
I know you ain't cheating when I'm cheating. Yeah.
Late cheating, I'm cheating. So, but anyway, I was like, yo, I'm driving home. I'm like, yo, I think this is good TV.
Yeah.
I go home, I turn my TV on. What the fuck is on? World Series of Poker.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if white people can have this, there's no reason why we can't have it.
For sure.
So I spent my own money. February 2020 cost like $5,000, but I'm in the first season. Like I'm playing a referee. I'm playing the announcer. And I'm also actually playing in the joint.
Yeah.
But on one of the joints, I do cheat. You know what I'm saying?
Like clearly cheat.
Nigga, I show my whole hand to my partner, but nobody sees it. Like, you know how you fan your cards? And, nigga, I fanned the shit so the numbers is facing the other way. Nobody catches it, my nigga. Like, it's and you saying coming on the World Series of Spades is wild. Cheating, it's like, nigga, you ain't trying if you ain't cheating.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at niggas who cheat in spades. Just don't get caught.
Right.
Like, reneged is cheating.
For sure, cheating.
But
Can I ask real quick, what does renege mean exactly?
It means if you, okay. So spades is essentially almost
Because
like,
the word renege is crazy.
it is.
Nigga all over again.
It's a renege. It's just,
All right. No, in spades, okay, let's
because Philly niggas renege every day. They just renege over and over.
in life, right? Let's talk about it. So basically, spades is like I declare war in a sense, right? The biggest card wins.
Okay.
Right? So let's just say I throw out a 7 of diamonds. If I lead with the 7 of diamonds, if you have diamonds in your hand,
Gotta throw them out.
you have to play them.
Okay.
So it's pretty much Trump, whatever's Trump wins. So I throw out a 7 of diamonds. Cool. This person throws out, next to me throws out a 5 of diamonds.
Okay.
My partner throws out a queen of diamonds. Cool. This motherfucker throws out a spade. Now, the reason why it's called spades is Trump.
Yeah.
So if you throw out a spade, it's higher than any diamond that you throw out because it's a spade. Boom. That person wins the book. Now, the person that won that book, that was cutting diamonds, motherfucker, if you throw out diamonds, so that means that means you had it and you didn't throw it out. You reneged. You cheated the game because basically you said when you cut, you said you were out of diamonds, but that's clearly not the case. You still have those.
Okay.
You reneged. That is a penalty of 3 books. That's a big shift.
3 books, like 3 sets of 4?
So let's say a book is 1, 2, 3, 4 cards collected that you're
After the table goes around.
Yeah, so 3 sets of 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm high. But let's say you bid 5, right?
Bid 5 meaning
Like you said before the
I'm gonna win 5 of these.
I'm gonna win 5 of these. That's the whole.
That's what I
point
was
of it.
doing.
Yeah, you was like, yeah, I'm gonna win 5. So let's say you as a team go 5. Well, you can get your 5, but you took away 3 because you reneged. Now you don't make your 5. You're going back 50 points.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
That's a big shift in the score.
I'd like to change the name renege.
What would you rather say?
I don't know, just cheating. Like just renege.
You fucked up.
You fucked up. Exactly.
Facts.
I'm on that bullshit. My
You
bad.
fucked up.
Yeah. No, but that's decent. I'm glad that it grew.
Yeah,
and
I
got to where
appreciate
it-
y'all talking. Like I haven't never had an in-depth nerd conversation.
No,
I'm sorry. I know I'm
but it's
niggas
not.
is listening like, he
but
a
it's,
comedian,
but I
nigga,
don't
like-
think it's a nerd conversation. It's a cultural conversation because it's something that's in all of our homes. Like
spades,
There are a lot of people,
Growing
believe
up.
it or not, who really like want to learn spades, but don't really.
I think it's too late in the game.
Yeah, I just know I love because like I feel like everybody has some in them. I
Yeah.
feel like you can do this. Like it's not, and then my thing is it's competitive because you literally are using your wits. You're using things to get people to do. Like spades is so intricate, man. I don't know. I can. Like that's something that somebody's like, yo, man, what could you talk about for hours? I can talk spades.
Right, for 4 hours.
I can talk spades
Yeah,
for 4 hours with
yeah.
somebody. You know what I mean?
I think what burnt me out with spades growing up is the fact that you need 3 friends. You know what I'm like? You need.
You can.
Like you have to have 3 people in your house. Like that's a lot. You know what I
You
mean?
know how to play and take
Yeah,
it. It is
yeah.
like for me, like probably in my late high school years, going into my college years, that's when I played my most spades. Literally, it'd just be me and my pop, and like my friends would just come over.
Yeah.
and we ain't got no hoes.
Right.
Just play some spades.
Yeah.
And talk about what hoes maybe we can get.
Yeah.
You know,
Hopefully, potentially, maybe.
potentially, yeah. Because once a nigga got a girlfriend, they wasn't playing spades no more. dog.
Hopefully, potentially. That's funny as shit.
All right, man. This is a turning point in the show.
Yeah, talk to me.
I think the question we all want to know: what made you end Advice from a Fuckboy podcast?
Spooky button.
That's a good question. I'll answer.
It hurt me.
And I have a couple bullet point
I
questions.
was upset.
All right.
Not gonna lie
it's
to
all
you.
good.
Because you was on a tear.
I was. My relationship with my mother changed,
Okay.
and my relationship towards women changed, and I started, and also, I was, I'm seeing somebody, and she ain't trying to hear that shit, nigga. Like, but that's not the real reason. The whole point is, it didn't make me feel good.
Okay. Was it fulfilling?
It wasn't, man. After a while, like there was points where I really loved it because I really loved having the conversation. But I also realized that I opened up a big, wide door for niggas to disrespect me. Like, I wasn't as bad as Kevin Samuels, but I can understand why somebody's just like, it's almost like, and I'm not comparing myself to Richard Pryor, but just hear me out. Richard Pryor's legacy is like he cussed a lot. And a lot of comedians take that and think that's what he did. And it's like, no, there was substance behind it. So for me, it wasn't that I was trying to talk shit about women or put them in their place. It's like, nah, babe, this is how I'm feeling too.
Right.
Like, basically, I started the podcast because, in my last relationship, I didn't feel heard. You know what I'm saying? So I'm explaining you on a podcast, this is toxic, but whatever. And as I'm going to therapy and as I'm talking this stuff out with my therapist and everything like that, my content is changing because now I kind of understand where women are coming from. Now it's like, it ain't about being right, it's about getting it right. And then at that point, I kept regurgitating topics. We kept saying the same thing over again. Yeah, man, if you date somebody you like. No shit.
Yeah.
And then, I'm seeing these other relationship savants and shit like that, and it's like, this is corny to me now. I moved on. And that was it.
That was my follow-up, which was, what do you think about the rise of these messy male podcasts disguised as male improvement platforms?
That's my issue, right? Like, if you ever really listen to advice from a fuckboy, I would talk about, mainly what I was going through mentally, what I was going through. Like, nigga, they watched my father die. And me have to deal with that on a podcast.
Yeah.
2 times a week. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that knows me outside of comedy, you know how close me and my dad was. That hurt. Mm-hmm. So now I'm trying to find new, you know what I'm saying? At the time my father died, me and my mother wasn't on speaking terms. Mm-hmm. It made us get close. It made us, you know what I'm saying? Which made me realize, like, okay, damn, I kind of see what my mom was saying. I kind of see what my ex was saying. So now I don't have the same anger and energy towards women that I did.
You would almost have to fake the funk.
Right. And if you're listening to later episodes, from around episode 200, it really changes. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you did 200 plus episodes?
I did 275.
Oh, you were dedicated.
Yeah, I knew it was that. Yeah,
I did like 275.
I didn't think it got that deep. God damn.
275, and probably around around one. You know what? It was like around episode 150 or something. Some nigga tried to check this chick on my podcast. Like, he said something about rape or something like that, and he ain't like that. I like, yo, dog, we don't do that on here. You know what I'm saying? He like, yo, it's advice from fuckboy. I was like, but that don't mean it's like these are what I used to do. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say these niggas now aren't trying to heal men.
Fuck no.
They don't have that in mind. No. What they want clickbait, right?
That was gonna be my question. Go finish.
They want clickbait. You know what is going to hit if you say it the right way and you have the right conviction in your voice and you have enough followers. I know for a fact today, if I drop a post talking about, if I drop a post like, yeah, ladies, if you do this, fellas, you should be able to cheat on your wife.
Right. 9,200 comments.
You know what time it is, man. And these niggas use that because they know it works in the algorithm. Yeah. They say these outlandish things because they know it works in the algorithm.
I was going to ask you, so we talk a lot on this show about how at times the culture itself has, I hate using the word, but the vibrations they have lowered. You know what I'm saying? Just the overall aesthetic feeling, everything has kind of lowered. So we speak about how this show, me and him,
Yeah.
often it's me and him, just us without a guest. And we talk about a lot of things where it's like we try to inspire people, uplift people. At the end of the day, we both talk about how we got ourselves out of like credit debt, how we got ourselves into a better position to where we now own different companies.
important.
I talk about me with my weight loss journey. We talk about a lot of different things. Even down to, I explained on this show how to use credit card points. And so many people have just like from our community, like, yo, I never knew this shit till you started talking about it. And we say all the time, this doesn't go viral. But what does go viral in our community is nonsense bullshit. You talk about all the time, drama, trauma, and hoe shit.
Yeah.
So
with you having the advice from a fuck boy, and now you're doing a music podcast, do you feel like the viral sensation at times doesn't hit the same way?
it does if I know what's going to hit.
Okay.
I'm at the point now, right? And it's not really free game, but it's like anybody with a brain can see what does go viral, right? So we'll take like I'll take something on my podcast, right? Let's say during the Advice from a Fuckboy days. I wasn't saying it to go viral. I meant it, right? So prime example, like the HOOCHIE DADDY situation, that was, I think, episode maybe 272 or something. That was one of the final episodes. But the whole point behind the HOOCHIE DADDY season was, it was about guys really feeling good about themselves. The whole podcast, I'm like, yo, man, fellas, you got your styles out. Like, your confidence is going to be on a different level. You know what I'm saying? And I said, yo, it's HOOCHIE DADDY season. What I did was, during the podcast mentally, I'm like, oh, that's going to catch on.
Yeah, you kind of bookmarked it.
I re-recorded it, but not the whole episode. I just knew, like, all right, I got the cameras. Let me just make a clip. It's HOOCHIE DADDY season. What do you know? Because I know for a fact it was a catchphrase. I knew for a fact, like, if there's any part of the clip that's going to make them want to watch the podcast,
It's that.
It's this. Same thing with the music. I know if I have a wild take, or I know that like I said, prime example, I said, yo, Whitney Houston does not have a classic album.
I was going there. I was gonna say that clip went everywhere.
You know what I mean? Like, or there's another, I know, right? And then there's what the fuck Clint is talking about.
I got my Whitney shirt on right now.
And then there's another clip where my man said Silk the Shocker. He said Silk the Shocker versus was all skips. And it's like, you know, these things are going to trigger people.
Then y'all have a Chris Brown take too. You had a Chris Brown take.
He
didn't have a classic album either.
Yeah. But I haven't seen. But then here's the thing: people always ask me, "What is your take on the? What is a classic album to you?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, go to the podcast." I explain it on at least. We're at 30 episodes now. There's at least 10 episodes where I explain what a classic album is to me.
So explain it here on TRP.
Yeah, I wanna hear
What's the
this.
criteria for a
All right,
classic
so I have
album?
5 points.
I was going to ask, is it numbered?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 5.
There's
okay.
5. So here's the thing: it has to have. So there's 5. There's a list of 5 things. It has to meet at least 3 of the 5, and then.
Oh, I want to hear these.
Wait, just hear me out. Okay. And then if it doesn't meet 3, if it meets 2.5, then there's a conversation, and I don't mind letting ones,
Okay.
depending on what I'll explain. So for me, these are the 5 things. Number 1 is test of time.
Okay.
Does it stand the test of time?
Okay.
Number 2, did it move the genre forward?
Okay.
Number 3, what was the impact of the album when it came out?
Okay.
Number 4, what is the influence that the album had since its release? Meaning, do other rappers or other singers or do other people say, you know what, I got to make that? And then the 5th one is the track listing, and then this can get subjective, is it 80% or better?
Okay.
Meaning, like, you may not like I'm not, okay, prime example. There's an album, there's an art, I don't like Eminem.
Okay.
But I can't say the Marshall Mathers LP wasn't a classic album. It meets at least 3 of the 5. And this is me speaking objectively. I don't like the album. It don't get no spins in my
For you.
for me. But I can also recognize it's a classic body.
And you understand the appeal, the broad appeal that it has.
So my thing is, when I say something like Whitney doesn't have a classic album, Whitney has, to me, iconic moments. To me, Whitney she has the greatest voice we've ever heard. But if we're just talking straight albums, her best album to me, was I'm Your Baby Tonight. But like, my question is, we can go through each album and say, like, yo, does it meet 3 to 5? I'm cool with that. And I'm not saying we got to do that here. But my thing is, when we talk about these albums, I'm like, y'all, objectively speaking, this did move the genre forward. Objectively speaking, this does, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, give me an album to you that you would say is a classic album that maybe people won't agree with.
Jeezy, TM 101.
That's a classic album for sure. Not even.
I don't even know who would the fuck would not agree with that.
So
that wasn't
on
even
my
close.
podcast, so people got mad at me on my podcast because we argued. Because I was trying to figure out. I put them in tiers. I don't just be like, this is number one, this is number two. Like I was like, yo, is TM101 a tier 1 2000s album? We only had room for 7, and I was like, but I think the Recession might have been a little bit more impactful.
I think the Recession is his best album. I said that
you know
on.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
both of them are classics.
Exactly.
But it's like, well, now we're having a conversation. Like,
Can I ask a question real quick?
Sure.
I didn't mean to raise my hand.
Reflex.
Yeah. So, The Bodyguard isn't a classic to you?
so to me, that is a classic album. You're absolutely right.
Because I'm
But
sitting
that's
here.
not a Whitney Houston album. She got 6 of.
But is that semantics?
That's. Here's what I will say. If you tell me The Bodyguard's a classic and you want to say it's a Whitney album, I'm not mad at that. I don't count it as a Whitney album because I think the first 6, 7 tracks are hers, but the rest of it is other people.
Got
It's
it.
a soundtrack.
Got it.
So, but
The rest of it, we did not care.
We did not hear.
right.
We cut those songs off.
But if you want to tell me The Bodyguard's a classic, I'm cool with that. And if you want to tell me that's a Whitney album, I'm cool with that. So I said that to people. Niggas like,
Because you talk about like inspiring other people. I think everybody
The Bodyguard,
that sings has sung "I Will Always Love
Every
You"
single
or
person.
attempted to.
Yes.
Yes, no.
17 million, one of the best. It's probably the best-selling soundtrack ever.
I don't disagree with
Yeah,
any of that. None of that.
I'll give you "I'm Your Baby Tonight."
That's
it's either that or Whitney.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And see, here's where we like when we were on the podcast, we talk about these things, and people like niggas get mad.
Yeah, we got to come on this podcast.
No, people get super mad and upset. People
Because
get
music
up-
is. In our
it's
last
emotional.
episode, I talked about how me going through the working out situation,
Yeah.
music became real big for me.
Yeah.
So certain songs just impact in a different way.
And I tell people that's okay, right? Like, but this is where niggas piss me off. My nigga told me one time, Life Jennings' first album was a classic, and I'm like, this is what the fuck I mean by you. You're so out of order. Using just because the reason why I started this whole thing in the first place, I'm tired of the word classic and the word legend being thrown around.
Must Be Nice is a great song.
It's a beautiful song.
Here's the thing. That's a great album too. I saw Life Jennings perform that
an
album at the
amazing
TLA,
album.
and it blew my mind how good it
The
was.
song.
It's beautiful.
But he
but
said
there's-
mightier as a lion, but still he's gentle as a bluebird. Like when he did that song, I was done. Life will that. Must Be Nice is everything.
But there's some shit on that album.
I don't think the album is classic.
It's not a classic.
Yeah, no,
but it's an excellent album. But it's not a classic.
I think it's a good album.
Here's the thing that makes me mad though, right? A nigga will argue me that, and I say, look, you tell me Songs in the Key of Life is a classic album.
Right.
You're not about to tell me. See, this is what I say. People are like, oh, well, that's a high bar. The bar is.
That's a classic. It ain't like a modern classic. But that's the type of
That's a
dumbass
classic
argument.
classic.
That's a classic classic.
exactly
That's
real.
an all-time classic.
That's a classic.
That's a
Yeah.
classic. Like, no, dog. Like, my thing is, we say Usher's Confession is a classic R&B album.
That's a fact.
I'm not saying Must Be Nice has to be better than it or worse than it. My question is, if we're calling that a classic, you're not going to look me in the eye and say that's a classic too. I'm cool with this being a great album.
Yeah.
I'm cool with this being a good album. But classic and legends are reserved for people and things that we don't, like, it's special.
I got a question. I like to make the distinction even higher between like a classic album and a perfect album. Like, I think Lauryn Hill's Miseducation Lauryn Hill is a perfect album.
So
I think you can make the case that that's the best album ever.
You can make the case.
Yeah.
I said to somebody that it probably is the best album that's ever came out in my lifetime.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you though. When I was a child, I didn't respect it.
Well, because, we children.
All I kind of knew was just like
It was
doo-wop,
everywhere.
nigga.
It was
Like
everywhere.
these songs were good,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
then when you get older and you really listen to
You
her
start going
talking
through
to
shit?
children
Right,
about love, and you just like, God,
The
damn,
classroom
Lauren.
interludes are perfect. Like,
You're like, how did Lauren go crazy? Because she
So-
was so smart. Like this is insanity. How good this shit really was. I think, to your point. It's kind of like when I do the Jordan LeBron shit. And I'm like, Jordan's the greatest, but LeBron to me is the best.
Yeah.
And it's like shit like that, where it's like certain things at certain times just make the most sense. So the question you just asked him was, what's an album that you said that you think is classic, that everybody else doesn't, or was it the flip
well,
side?
I asked him, what was like a classic that you think is a classic.
All right, I'll give you one. Webbie's Savage Life.
So it's funny, right? I wouldn't say that's a classic album, but I can understand timing, era, city.
Yeah.
Like what that album means to Louisiana.
If nothing, it's a Southern classic.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool with that, but you're not going to put that in the same category as the Blueprint.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm cool with saying, like, okay.
I'll be honest with you. That was going to be my one if you asked me, what's an album that everybody
people
thinks
think is a classic
that you don't? I don't think Blueprint is a classic.
So I think it is for the reasons that I named, right? So we're talking move the genre forward. Well, I mean, it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It did move the genre forward. A lot of other Kanye West, if you remember.
I'll give you that. Kanye with the production.
Kanye and Just.
But my thing is Kanye did that production and it influenced. What did Kanye say on Last Call? He said, "Yo, I was getting calls. Yo, let me get beats like the Blueprint." Mm-hmm. That moved the like.
You know they want to sound like Jay-Z. They dick riders.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it moved the genre forward. The track listing. I mean, the general consensus. You may feel otherwise, but the general
Track listing sucked. But
the general consensus.
You know who ruined that album for me? Because I agree with Matt. Wale ruined that album for me. Wale went on an interview and he said, when you look at the intricate writing that me, Cole, Drake, and Kendrick are doing now on what are regarded as classic albums compared to the writing on that album, it's not even close. It's day and night. And it made me go back and listen to that shit. And he's like, yo, 4 of the songs, his name is the hook.
Yeah.
It is, but again,
But for the time.
we're talking time, right?
Yeah.
It didn't. Let's add that element too. The test of time. Hey, bro. Like, I still play that. A lot of people still play that album today. I've seen in people's top 5 music wrap up. Like that was
For sure.
That's an album. And I mean,
Yeah.
that's.
But is that marketing?
It's 2022. That album came out in 01. I don't think that he's really like that. I mean, he has.
I think Jay-Z is a bigger figure than some of his albums. Does that make any sense?
I totally agree. But
Like-
I'm also just taking this.
Like,
this
perfect example, the other day I posted in my story, they had a thing on Watchapia of Jay's 8 of his watches. And I'm like, this is 17 million just in these 8 watches. Jay's watch collection might be 60 million. Right. So for me, with no millions in watches, to say Jay has anything that is just like, shut your ass up. That's kind of the sentiment behind it. But when I sit and I look, and I honestly, and I'm a music critic, I feel like I have enough knowledge and wherewithal to speak on music. And y'all have listened to this show enough to know that. Right. I don't think it's in Jay top 3 albums. See, it's hard to put it in the top 5.
I don't agree, but that's only because of what I like. It's now I'm not talking about what I hear. I'm now talking about the overall
what it did.
And what it did.
Got
you know what I'm saying? Like now,
but for me personally, when I the Black Album, I think that's Jay's best album.
A lot of people, but
so listen,
there's no wrong in that though.
So I think the Black Album, I think Volume 2, because that's the one that cemented him as like Jigga.
I have the Blueprint 1 first.
Okay.
That's just, again,
that's your personal.
I have the Black Album 2, and then I have Reasonable Doubt 3, Hard Knock Life 4. But then I mean,
I'm going there.
Then you start getting into the question of like, well, what's your favorites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to quantify best. I just say this. I know what the Blueprint did for hip hop.
I'm taking Watch the Throne over Blueprint.
When it came out, that's crazy.
I am. But when you talk about moving the culture forward, you talk about the concert behind it, the tour. Like the Watch the Throne was a fucking moment. I look back, when I go back to Watch the Throne, it just is better to me.
But here's the thing, right? This is where we get into nuances, right?
Yeah. I think that's what it all boils down.
I love this conversation, by the way. I'm loving this conversation.
Because then I have to, like, for me, when I have these conversations, I don't just take my opinion into consideration.
Yeah.
I also have to say, like, okay, what's the general, like, okay,
what's the general consensus?
Like, prime example, I don't like Tupac at all. I'm not a fan of Tupac.
Get out.
I'm not a fan.
I'll say this. I'm not the biggest Tupac fan, but I recognize that Machiavelli is an amazing album, and so is All Eyes on Me.
You know what's crazy? I literally just said that on the last episode of my podcast. Word for word. I do not like Tupac. I don't feel him.
Throw the rest of that shit in the trash.
But
everything else?
Everything else.
But I'm cool
Throw it in the fucking
Me
trash.
Against the World.
Throw it in the trash.
All Eyes on Me. Oh, you said all of them.
All eyes on me and Machiavelli. Throw the rest of that shit in the trash.
I'm not throwing me against the world in the trash.
I can't let my personal bias take out the fact that what he's done for hip hop, what he's meant to the culture, what he has bodies of work that it just ain't for me. But I also take into consideration what everybody else feels about Tupac too. Whereas if you're a diehard fan, there's a reason why Tupac still has diehard fans to this day.
Absolutely.
Same thing with Notorious B.I.G. You know, so it's like, yo, people get mad. Like, so I think one of my takes was Tupac is no longer in my top 5. Like, when you ask me my top 5 hip-hop artists of all time, like the best, he is not in my top 5.
Same, I agree.
Niggas got mad and was like, how can you say that? And I'm like, no. I said he died in 1996. And for me, I can objectively tell you that 5 people have surpassed him since he's died. I feel like, and I can make that argument.
Who's the 5?
Just like you were talking, real quick, just like you were talking about Jordan and LeBron. Like, Michael Jordan, you know, you said is the greatest to ever do it. I told somebody the moment LeBron won the championship against Golden State, you can look me in the eye and tell me he's the greatest player ever. You can do that. I won't disagree with you. Right. I can't disagree. LeBron James, when he's hung it up, he will have done enough, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking top 5 in scoring, rebound.
10 NBA finals.
Right? So I say that to say.
It's funny because I said it the other day on our Patreon. I'm like, LeBron is about to be number 1 in scoring.
That's wild.
And we as children just thought that was just never going to happen. Once we saw Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan not do it, because these are the best scorers of any era. And once they didn't do it, you like, no one's going to get there. So for LeBron to get there, and mind you, he just passed Magic Johnson in assists. Yes. And I was joking that you know, that's what, like when you passing Magic and he's and still catch Kareem in points is nuts.
Because Magic was he
Kareem all over the 80s. But when I look at Jordan, it's like 1, 2. Yeah. It's like you just look around the room and you just it's Jordan shit everywhere when it ain't even needing to be Jordan shit anywhere.
I don't need to be like this.
And there's no reason for this.
There's no reason for this.
You're not performing in Chicago. No. You aren't a Kappa. Like there's no reason to have all this red shit.
It's a random Friday in December in Philly.
No reason for this. But when you think about like Michael Jordan, Air Jordan, Come Fly With Me, the logo, the tongue out.
Iconic.
It's just that shit. AI cracked Jordan. And that like you talk about pushing the culture forward. Like I made Mike look like an asshole.
So my thing is,
it's only me and blackjack dealers that can say that.
There's somebody going to pass Jordan. So we can't sit here and act like somebody's not going to pass Tupac and Biggie. So here's my top 5.
Yeah.
No order, but it's Jay-Z, Nas, and really Nas really did it with this run, this last run. It solidified it for me. He was in my top 5, but this is like now.
He can't move now.
I got something to argue with. Like before this, Katie, you know, niggas was like, I don't know, nigga. I'm like,
because niggas is Jay did that shit with fucking Takeover. 2 of them shits was due. One was that shit.
But now he's got enough. But Jay, Nas, Drake, objectively speaking,
I respect it. He's done enough.
He's not my favorite.
I'm a Drake stan and I don't have him in my top 5. That's crazy.
5. Drake, Lil Wayne, and Kanye West. That's my 5. Overall best.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna clap that list up.
When I say we're talking about to say you're a legend or one of the greatest.
Yeah.
All of those guys got multiple classic albums. All of those cats at one point in history, you can say they were the best rapper out. You can go
and their peers bended the knee.
They were the best. There was a time between 06 and 09 where Lil Wayne was making the argument, nigga, I'm the best. I'm the best. Drake has consistently the last 10 years,
12 years,
has been on a we've never seen nothing like it. So I just have to take all of that into consideration. Now, is Drake my favorite? No. Will I put him, top 5 lyrical rappers? And no, absolutely not. But if I'm looking at his overall body of work, how many hits he has, how he's moved the culture forward, how he's moved the genre. You can say whatever you want about how he piggybacks off other niggas. Yeah. Makes it cool. My bad.
Because I think, and the flip side to that argument is if he didn't work with other artists and they would say, oh, he greedy and he don't share, and that would be a thing.
I'm gonna keep it a bug with you, and I got Drake in my top 10 because Drake's my guy.
Yeah.
For me, I still do have Pac in my top 5.
That's okay.
And going back to like your point where you talk about like Pac it's only 9 diamond albums in rap. Pac got 2 of them, right?
That's because he died.
Yeah, I mean, Biggie died too, and it's a lot of other rappers who died. So it's like I get the sentiment behind it.
But see, you can't. The only thing I won't be convinced about Tupac is about his like. To me,
it's funny because like what going off of what you just said, we all agree that Snoop Dogg was the biggest chasm to hit rap in like ever.
If somebody puts him in their top 5, I'm not mad at that either.
Right. When Pac got out of jail, they all kind of like was like, yo, this Pac shit now.
Yeah.
Like Pac here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they all got in. Snoop, Dre, everybody got in line.
They got in line.
And Pac gave us a classic Diamond album and then gave us Machiavelli, which might be his best body of work. And he did this shit on like a weekend. You know, Pac recorded all this shit like a week and a half.
For 8 days.
Yeah, like it was fucking nuts.
He in the A, B, he in every studio. He in the A room, B room, and the C room.
I don't disagree with that, right? Like, let's be real. We can make a case for the greatest NBA player of all time. We can make a case for like 4 or 5 guys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But let's be real. If you got to narrow it down to 1 or but then you got to narrow it down to the 5, right?
Yeah.
Because then you got a guy like Kobe Bryant who's like, oh, well, there's niggas who can make a case that Steph Curry's better than Kobe Bryant. Who can make a case?
Maybe Del Curry.
No. You can make a case. I'm not saying it's fact.
Yeah.
I'm saying Steph Curry has done enough at this point to make a case. I'm not saying it's fact.
Especially the way he dominated Boston in the finals just now.
But he's dominating, but he changed the sport.
For sure.
Right.
Like a big man is obsolete now.
Yeah.
Like if your big man can't shoot, you don't have it. I just say all that to say, we can make a case for. So like when you say Pac or when you say somebody like Snoop, it's like if Snoop is in somebody's top 5, I ain't mad at that, right? Or if you're telling me he's the top 5, if not somebody's top 5, but if you're saying he's the best, right?
To wrap this whole conversation, because this could go on until next Tuesday.
It could.
I will say that there is a criteria that you have to like when people be like, yeah, Big L, and I'll be like,
shut the fuck up.
And that's what I'm saying. So,
it just, I understand where you're coming from, but that train is never pulling into the last stop on the station.
No, and that's the one thing I love about these conversations, right? So like when we talk to people who, we engage with this on the podcast, it's like you can keep yelling for days about, and it's like there's no right or wrong answer.
Right, at the end of the day,
I'm going to make my list, and you're free to disagree with it.
It's just banter at the end of the day, and it's like we come together, we all feel how we feel, we have our personal favorites, and we have our arguments around that.
A lot of where you're at, where you grew up, like if you rob banks in Florida, Trick Daddy is probably one of the best.
Somebody, I never forget when I first moved to LA, somebody told me E40 is a top 5 rapper, and I looked at him like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Like and like it couldn't fathom to him that E40 got no spins in Philly.
Yeah.
Ever. He's like,
like he probably didn't really get any spins east of like Missouri.
He did at one point. He cracked the code.
Here?
Yeah.
When?
Function.
I was about to say, when he got with Lil Jon and started doing stuff, that movement was...
Tell me when to go and all that shit.
That was later. It was later.
Yeah, but like when E40 was...
You know what I peeped the other day? Because, BG, we're going to get into that. But when I said it yesterday, when like people was like, yo, BG home. I'm like, BG got out 2 weeks ago. And they was like, Brittney Griner. I'm like, oh, shit, I thought it was talking about BG. And I'm like, yo, I was watching the Cash Money is the Army video. E40 was in the video.
Yeah.
He was.
I'm like, yo, E40.
Baller blocking. That was all around that same time.
Really been around, dog.
Yeah, E40's
you know what's crazy?
E40 he's probably not a top 5 rap legend, but he's probably like a top 5 like person in hip hop.
So here's the thing, right? The more I started like living on the West or like traveling around to different cities and like really knowing niggas' culture, I'm like, I can't be mad that you feel like because it's what you grew up.
Got like 22 albums or some shit like that.
I don't know none of this man's music. I mean, I know it now, but it's like
I told him they took me to a club in South Carolina, and nigga, I am not joking. When they put on Boosie Set It Off,
it's over.
I mean, like women was like, hold my beer, nigga. I be like that shit dog. Was crazy.
Yeah, dog, like,
so it's like, we're demographic makes all of the argument.
Keep it real, like a lot of them West Coast niggas, they don't fuck with Nas and they don't fuck with. They call this bippity bip shit. Like,
they can't. I mean,
bippity bip.
That bippity bip shit, that hard. Yo, what's up, nigga? Rap. That's what they. Like nigga called it. What's up, nigga? Rap.
What's up, nigga? Rap.
Hey, yo, that shit had me dying. Yo, that what's up, nigga? Rap. Like, that's how we talk on rap. Yo, what's up, nigga? Like,
I've had older, like going to the barbershop and running away and being like older niggas, and they're like, yo, you don't fuck with Wu-Tang? And it'd be like, I only have on one pair of jeans. So it's like, you know, it really just depends era, where you from, what you done been through. It just, it's all at the end of the day.
That first Wu-Tang album is a bona fide classic, though.
it should be. Yeah.
Chambers?
Yeah.
36 Chambers.
Chambers is all of that. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they got the purple tape, they got meth first. It's just
they got a yeah, man. We talked about all that shit like Iron Man and and you know, that's dog.
But we had a whole thing on here, but we basically started calling it what's the one?
Bomb atomically rap.
Atomically rap. Where it's like that, like, you know, because that was like, and you know, bomb atomically, and it's like that, you know, hypocrisy, all of that shit.
That shit ass today.
Yeah, but we still make jokes about niggas who really, you know them niggas that come in the cipher with them little hats, and them little hats.
Jones.
Yeah.
Know what you talking about?
The pyramid, the schmeramid, you hear it?
This shit is what nigga. It's the best in Brown Sugar. The nigga was like, "Yo, man, this Millennium Records. We sell records over here. So you want to keep it real, nigga? You go to Raucous, and every time I see that bomb atomically rap, I think of Raucous. I think of sound bombing too. I think of Pharoah Monch ass. Like, no diss to Pharoah Monch.
Nah, it's niggas that will argue you down that Pharoah Monch is the greatest of all time. I've met these niggas. I was afraid.
Yeah.
But they mean that shit.
Rap.
Yeah.
Shoe sticks.
That's right.
Shoe sticks.
Frankincense and myrrh bars.
You know what I'm saying?
Shoe sticks.
Them niggas, yeah.
I got like one cipher away from them niggas.
Dog.
He just the best one. Like,
Yeah.
Dog.
I just recently watched his Flex freestyle
That shit
again.
crazy.
It might be the greatest lyrical display of all time.
It's like the
It's 16 minutes
of just
he didn't stop at no point.
like Loaded Lux.
Yeah.
Like, it's like those type, where it's like I think rap at this point it's like genres of rap music. Because
there's at least 10 genres of 10 some
there's
genres.
just
of
no
rap.
way you can get super deep into Loaded Lux, Black Thought, all this shit, and then turn around and like listen to 21 Savage with an objective ear. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
So it really is like genres of the shit at this point.
I got a music question, and I'll pose this to the room or whatever. What do you think of the present generation of artists in any era, because we've seen it happen over and over again, using relevance as their go-to move to like diminish the last generation or older generations of artists?
that is it's stupid, because here's why I'm saying that. Let's be real. The average span of a rapper, for real, the average rapper is only 3 to 5
3
years.
to 5.
I was gonna say maybe an album. Real of relevance, it might be an album,
right?
Like I don't think when people be like T.I., I got T.I. 13 on my all-time list, and T.I. fans like, what, nigga, is you crazy? You out of your mind? It's like, yo, it's 2 billion rappers. If you number 13, nigga, you did
You
damn
in the top,
good.
You in what they call it? You in the 99th
0.00%.
percentile.
Like you did damn good.
You in
as
the
a rapper.
99th
If you
and a
number
half percentile
13 on somebody's list, that is
Hell
not
yeah.
a knock. Like when I say it all the time, I got Jay as number 4 on my list. Motherfuckers be like upset, and it's be like, bro, it's 2 billion of these niggas. If you number 4, you are.
Yeah.
My bad, y'all.
No.
Got some good news.
No, I same. You know,
My bad. For what you said, because I heard exactly what you were saying. That is the best take. Like, niggas get so offended
About these rankings and
about
shit.
these rankings, and it's like, no, nigga, 50. Like, like if you're in somebody's top 20 out of all these rap, like I told niggas, I said, yo, Rick Ross is a top 20 rapper, and niggas was like, oh, I was like, he's not above 15, but
Right.
he ain't below 25. Like that's
Yeah, I remember when Rory and Mal was still on the Joe Budden podcast, they did their top 20 of all time. It was 68 rappers in the top 20. They like, yo, they got to the point where they was like, yo, everybody's top 20.
Right.
Like, it's too many rappers.
So then now to the next point is we talk about relevance, right? And it's like you've only been around your average span is 3 to 5 years. Like somebody like Ice Cube, technically in rap, is not relevant. No. But if Ice Cube did a show tomorrow, he could sell out not the Wells Fargo, but like here he'd sell out the TLA 2 shows.
I think he could probably sell out the Leah Chorus for like 7,200 people. Yeah.
But what if he's just saying I'm doing music?
Just straight catalog.
I don't know if I want to be around that much Oakland shit. that much Raiders equipment. I'm not at a Raiders game.
But niggas is pulling up.
But niggas is pulling up though. Like my point is, it's like
I don't know if I want to be around that. Like all that Raiders equipment.
The Lokes gonna be out.
Yeah.
The Lokes is out.
Yeah.
But like he can do like 20 markets and get 7,200 people out in each market. That's
In certain markets, he could get 20,000.
In LA.
In LA, he getting 20.
So my point is it's not that you're not relevant. You're just not out now. Your music has expired. That's okay. Like the Temptations still be at concerts.
Hey, man, I was just listening to Treat Him Like a Lady all last week.
That don't.
Like, you know, I like old school cars. So you look at like Barrett Jackson or Meekum. These are auctions where they sell old school cars. These cars go for $200,000, $300,000. Like, literally, I said the other day, I saw somebody driving a 63 split window Corvette the other day. Yeah. And it's like, I pulled over. Because it's like, why are you driving this on the street? He's like, yeah, not too many people drive these 63s. I'm like, no one. What the fuck are you doing driving this? And it's like that type of shit where being a legacy is nothing wrong in that. But at the end of the day, the 63 Corvette, it's special to people because of the rarity in the split window. But we can't compare the 63 split window Corvette to the 2022 C8 because the C8 is going to blow past that. It's going to warm your ass up. It's going to keep your coffee fucking warm. Right. It'll tell you where to turn. It's what it is.
Musically, Janet Jackson hasn't been relevant in years. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Anita Baker. She hasn't been relevant. But guess what? She's going on tour. And guess what? Niggas is going. And
her tickets is like at a premium.
So what? So it's like when 21 Savage said Nas not relevant. Yeah, not relevant to you.
Right.
But when he dropped King's Disease 3, nigga, I'm not saying the world stopped. But guess what? It was one of the first things I wanted to listen to.
And a lot of people, and a lot of people, generations behind me are saying that that's the best album that came out this year. Like, I'm 39. This niggas that's 27, 28 that's telling me, no, you ain't listening to KD3 yet? That's the best album that dropped this year. So it's like when I think when motherfuckers use that relevance argument, it's like it's like relevant to my demographic or whatever, or like this internet audience or whatever the case may be.
I watch some reality shows, right? But I don't watch Love and Hip Hop. So I don't know who Mina and Misha, and I don't know Carisha, Karina.
Joe Chad can tell you. He can fill you in on.
I watch all this stupid shit.
But I'm just saying, I don't know none of these broads, right? So it's like, but to me, they're not relevant.
Broads. I haven't heard that in years.
I don't know these
broads. I haven't heard that in a long time. Who them broads over there?
But it was the perfect word.
Yeah. Old head say broads.
That's some old head shit. Them old heads are called by Joker. Yeah.
I've been waiting to say broads.
That's funny as shit.
That was the perfect opportunity. Broads.
That is hilarious.
I love y'all broads.
Yo, I love y'all broads.
To the ladies, and the babies went out. No, I'm talking about that. Now that I think about it, like,
who's the best corny rappers of all time? Top 5. Your favorite corny rappers.
Manny Fresh was ass, but he was so good.
French Montana is number 1.
Oh, for sure. He's ass.
No.
Rumble on Webster.
No, and you know my argument in this. 2 Chainz.
Yo, yeah, 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz is better.
That nigga said, this nigga 2 Chainz. Shit, I'm gonna be honest with you. My favorite rapper right now is Larry June. He don't be really saying shit.
People love that nigga, though.
That shit is amazing, bro.
Like, he say the most smoothest nothing of all time. I'm listening to like 7 Larry June albums. I'm like, yo, like how Ross said Kendrick Lamar don't have no bars. Like, Larry June don't have no bars. He just on there like giving like motivational speeches.
Larry June be
drink
talking.
Some green juice, nigga. Go to church.
Yo,
know your worth.
And it go.
And be like, I feel amazing. Like, I'm motivated.
Trying to think who else would be on that list.
Larry June ain't saying a goddamn thing.
Not a damn thing.
Stunner?
Oh, Stunner is up there.
Yeah. Stunner, Fresh, 2 Chainz, French. Who else would be on that list?
Favorite corny rappers?
I like Magoo.
You know what?
Magoo has some shit. Who the fuck else would be on that list? That's an interesting question.
My favorite Magoo bar of all time is not even a Magoo bar. It was Scott Storch. He was rapping when he was beefing with Timbaland. He said, I just signed Maganu for $5,000, and he told me that he mad at you.
He told me.
Bro.
I'm like, why is Scott Storch rapping with some Rican niggas from the Badlands? Like,
get your freak on, the club beat going. Nigga put the album out there and got their league on. You be talking that shit, dog.
Nigga, when he said, I'm Chip, you Dale. Like, that nigga said, I'm Chip, you Dale. This don't go to that.
I'm Chip, you Dale.
Love the love. That's my shit, though.
That was a good time.
Family is one of my favorite corny rappers also.
Me and Jules was just talking about Family because how much me and Dickie Rock and Roll came out.
Rock and Roll.
Shout out Ray Ray, dog. Me and Dickie was
up.
banging that Family shit on nonstop. That was a good time.
Now I think about it.
That was a good time.
They cool.
Damn.
Yeah.
Music has some good times, man.
All right, I got another question.
Oh wait, I got one.
Okay.
Real quick.
Yeah.
All genres, every music. Mm-hmm. Your favorite 3 albums.
Shit. All time.
Just no matter what genre, just Clint's favorite 3 albums.
I'm going to say.
Don't say The Bodyguard because I'm going to swing on you.
No. My favorite 3 albums. Marvin Gaye's I Want You.
I knew you were going to say a Marvin Gaye album. I knew that was coming.
It was, but it's just that album, I can't live without it. Like, it's a beautiful album. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also check out Leon Ware if y'all don't know who that is, man. Like, if you like Marvin Gaye, you like Leon Ware.
Marvin Gaye's wife just passed away.
Damn.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Let me put my hat back on. Who else? I'm going back and forth between Midnight Marauders and the Low End Theory.
Okay.
That's like a huge debate.
Yeah.
Like, even Kanye is like, when he talks about, he just be like, I don't know.
So is Midnight Marauders.
Yeah.
I just like the name Midnight Marauders.
Yeah, like. No, they both. I think, you know what? I'm gonna just go with the ones that. I'm gonna go with the album that I like better. Like, we got my favorite song.
Yeah.
So give me Low End. And then. Damn, 3 albums. Bro, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to. Fuck, man. I'll take The College Dropout.
I respect it.
Just because of how it made me feel when it came, like, and it still gives me motivation. You know, I'll take it.
I think I know
pose the same
mine.
question to you.
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Thriller. And Life at the Death.
See, and it's like,
because I get to cheat with Life at the Death. I get a double disc.
get a double disc, yeah.
I'm gonna throw Thriller in there.
I just don't like not Baby Be Mine. I don't like The Girl Is Mine. That did it for me.
I give you that.
I hate that song.
I love The Girl Is Mine.
I hate that fucking song.
You go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
That fucking song.
Thriller.
Yeah, see?
Because it's just when you go all genres, it's very, very
Shit is
difficult.
hard, dog.
And for me, it's a Beyonce album circling right outside that 3. I don't know if it's Dangerously in Love or 4, but it's one of them.
For me, it was, if I would pick a Beyonce, I'm just going to be B-Day. That John, bruh.
B-Day was good. I like 4 more.
I like 4 more.
Yeah. B-Day, though, was like, that had...
I just like her ballads, man.
First of all, I like Rhythm Nation 1814.
I know there's one album in my youth that I played more than like everything, and it's No Way Out. Puff.
It's a great fucking album.
I just remember when that album came out.
I
didn't turn it off for like weeks.
Puff as like an orchestrator put everybody in the right spot on that album.
He's a great general manager.
Yeah.
Puff is the greatest general manager in hip hop. Like, and he's like Jerry. Who's a good GM? Like Jerry West, I guess, was a good GM.
Jerry West was pretty much the best NBA executive of all time.
Yes, Puff is up there. Like, he's for sure. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna go No Way Out, Thriller, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. And I've made the argument on my Twitter, on my Facebook, and everything. I think it's the best rap album of all time. Give Rich or Die Trying.
I knew that's where you were going.
You knew where I was going.
I'm gonna be honest with you. that's not a bad take. Like, niggas will act like...
When you talk about perfect albums,
it's not a
I
bad
think
take.
that's a perfect album.
I was listening to it the other day, and I'm just like, yo, when he got to 12, the album just spent somewhere else, and it just became like, fuck everybody. Like, back down and all. For all of the lovey-dovey pop shit, it had everything on
The
there.
crazy thing about that album, I think what people... is hindsight, right? Now 50 Cent is not known relevant, technically, for rapping.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. But guess what? That album turns 20 years old next year. Or this year. Did it turn 20 this year?
23.
Turns, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So,
turns 20 next year.
February 2023.
Yeah, so let's say 50 Cent decides, I'm going to do a 20-year anniversary tour of that album. You talk about relevance, dumbasses.
Right. He goes right back to the top.
Yeah, outside of Ashanti and Irv,
Yeah.
everybody's coming. Everybody's
He
coming.
decides, like, yo, you know what? I'm going to have a whole G Unit. Like, I'm going to bring, like,
Yeah.
and if the game is on the, like, that'll be a great fucking show.
Yeah, for sure.
And as long as everybody not on bullshit, but I'm saying is that album...
If they put Game on the tour,
propelled him to do that.
what's
It's
the
just
if,
when niggas hear, my bad, when niggas hear 50, they think of Ayo technology. And
yeah, yeah, 20 city tour, 50 Cent, G Unit, Game, over under how many shows until
they don't make it
that
4
shit gets
shows.
shot up?
yeah, I'm going over. So what's the line? 5.5 shows?
5.5.
I'm going under.
I would go.
Yeah, I'm going under for sure. Third show, Game gonna do some bullshit.
Somebody getting choked out.
It's where these cities are, right?
They would have to put like Los Angeles dead last. That's
Or
the
they would
only
have to put New
way.
York last, too.
Yeah,
They
And
have
it's
to
go-
start,
yeah.
for them to really have a chance, they got to start in like Minnesota.
Yeah.
Do Minnesota, do like Kansas City.
Because what's gonna happen is that what's the wildest part is they go on tour and it would be the weirdest shit as a reason the tour ending. Apparently over a frisbee match, a fight, ultimate frisbee. The dumbest shit ever would just spawn. Yeah, they was playing jacks in the back and
Yeah, like,
something went left. Like,
And then it's like it's gonna be a least suspect though. Like I got a feeling like Lloyd Banks will be like, "Yo, man, fuck all this shit." Like,
right.
we
Tired of
don't-
being humble.
I'm tired of being humble.
Stab me in the
Mike
He
Knox
technically-
swung on
Is
somebody.
he
Like
not
you
the
just
best rapper in G Unit?
in a technical sense, yes. He's not my favorite though,
He's not my favorite either.
but he's in a technical
Who's
sense.
your
He's the
favorite
best
out
rapper.
of the G Unit? I know my pickers make 0 sense. I was a Buck fan.
Young Buck.
I really
No,
fucked
that's a
with Buck.
respectable
I
take.
fucked
Buck's
with-
first album is
I fucked with
excellent.
Buck so much, man. Because you remember Buck was with Cash Money and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I fucked with Buck a lot, man.
I'm gonna go with my favorite. Probably was Lloyd Banks. Now that I'm really thinking, because I really liked "We on Fire."
Banks to me was just so ABCD about his raps. And when
was.
you do that punchline bar rap, I just didn't think he was better than Fab, and I
Yeah.
didn't think he was better than Kiss.
I agree.
So
He's
it's
not.
just
He's
like
definitely not better than Kiss.
seeing
Not
them
even
do
close.
it at that level, it was just like it made Banks like I like it.
So it's crazy. You talk about Kiss, like so niggas will get mad. Like he's somebody that pisses me off. He doesn't have a classic album.
He doesn't have a
Hit
good
the
album.
motherfucking spooky button.
Yeah, he doesn't have a good
He
album.
doesn't have a
I
classic
swear
album.
to you, I've said it before. When I look back on the Kiss albums, I'm just like,
Like he got 4 mics on that first
shit
album
was crazy.
off of
Reputation.
Reputation. Like it's Jadakiss is the best, but it's like the hooks are bad.
I've said it before.
There's
and
dumb
I'll
songs on
say
there.
it again. The best album to come out of the entire Locks camp is Gangsta and the Gentleman.
Nigga, that was a crazy.
I don't think any of that shit is better than Gangsta and the
No, I
Gentleman.
agree with that.
And the second best album is We Are the Streets.
We Are the Streets. Yep.
Like, I don't think Kiss has one of the two.
Nope.
No.
I agree with that. Let me ask y'all. I got one question for y'all though, because like this has been an argument on my page for the last 2 days. Busta Rhymes, does he have any classic albums?
I feel like
Yeah.
not extinction level event.
Nope.
It's the one, whatever album, Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See
When
on.
Disaster Strikes.
When Disaster Strikes
So I can't
is a
say
classic
that's a
album.
classic album because you don't even know the name of the album.
I gotta.
That's the
speak-
point.
I gotta speak on Busta Rhymes because I've said it before. Busta Rhymes to me is the most underrated rapper
I
ever.
totally agree with you.
Now I look at Busta Rhymes. If I had to compare him to anything, Busta Rhymes is like the Foreman grill, where you look at the air fryer now and how the air fryer can do everything. Busta Rhymes for what he does, that play around, taking it somewhere and showing off my lyrical ability, and then bringing you the visual behind it. He's the best.
I agree.
You think about everybody that's in that same bag. Ludacris,
Yeah.
the baby,
Yeah.
Like all it, Busta Rhymes is by far and away the best at that shit.
I agree.
And I look at it like Busta Rhymes, he was there with all of your low end theory niggas.
Yeah,
he was there with them. When I talk about No Way Out,
was
Busta
there.
Rhymes was there with him. When we talk about Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes was there with him.
Yeah.
But as far as a body of work where it's like, I'm Busta Rhymes and I'm gonna shit on the game, it just
And
never
I just looked
came.
at I recant my statement. I just looked at that track list for When Disaster Strikes. It's 4 songs on there.
Dog.
At best.
At best. It's dangerous. It's Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Could See. And it get dark.
You know what my favorite song on that album was? The joint with Rampage. What was that called?
The fact that we don't know the name of these
Yeah,
songs.
we don't know. I don't know,
First of all,
man.
that album has 19 tracks, I believe.
Yeah, 18 tracks.
18
Yep.
nigga.
You good.
Yeah, bro.
You good.
Here's the
You
thing, I
good.
said this too. I can point to multiple iconic Busta Rhymes verses.
I think Busta Rhymes is like one of the feature guys.
Yes, I can point to iconic verses that he has. I can point to iconic moments that he has.
Mm-hmm.
I can point to iconic even just Busta Rhymes like event, like you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I cannot tell you an album that made me say this shifted the game.
No.
This did anything, or nobody's like. Let's be real. Has anybody ever got in the car with you and be like, "Yo, man, put on that Busta Rhymes"?
Back in the day, Hoo Ha used to get some requests.
But does the
But
Super
we were
back in the day.
We were in a Pathfinder before. So you have to factor that into things. But Hoo Ha is on like every one of my gym playlists.
Yeah.
I love that record.
And it sucks that I think
so that's what I'm saying, he
Busta,
has iconic songs.
post Native Tongues, Busta kind of surrounded himself by subpar MCs, and I don't think that helped him either.
Flip Mode Squad.
Flip Mode Squad, they were
subpar. Rod Digger's not
a
good.
collection of subpar
He was
MCs.
all right for a little moment.
Let's be real. And
I,
this is-
I do not know any Rod Digger.
Digga, first name Rashia, first person that had no idea.
yeah,
Is that a real bar?
That's a real bar, yeah.
The only bar I know by Rod Digger is we started off broke, constantly on the road, like the joint on Baby If You Give It To Me.
Okay, yeah.
It's funny that whenever people do imitate Rod Digger, they do the voice.
You have to.
We started off broke, constantly on
That's
the road.
so funny.
Like, that's like how she talk. Yeah, went from buses and Lucy's to 50-cent sodas. Like, then they made Mariah sing over it so that she was
Right.
Nova behind us. Yeah.
What was that
Yeah, that
Busta
ain't
Rhymes
it.
Rampage song I like? I can't remember the shit.
We could take it outside or something like that. Was that
I used to know that. I probably
this
still do.
proves my
Still.
point about Busta
it?
Rhymes.
You're spot on. All right, let me pose a question. Does Kanye's recent maniacal behavior and his comments tarnish his legacy as a musician?
No.
I answered this already, so it's on you.
I'm going to say no for a few reasons. It's not going to tarnish his music legacy because he didn't do what R. Kelly did. R. Kelly terrorized little girls.
Right.
R. Kelly was convicted in a court of law. Kanye is just stupid.
Just an asshole.
Right. I don't think it'll, like, if he were to die today, if not wishing anything bad on him, yes, we would remember the antics, but a lot of people are going to remember him more for his music. And that's just my opinion. I don't think that he's doing enough to get canceled or people just to turn, but I don't think we're going to turn his music off.
Got you. Did you hear the new song that he just dropped?
I didn't hear it, and I was looking for it. I couldn't find it.
It's all over Twitter, but apparently he premiered it on Alex Jones of all places. No, it's excellent. It's so sample. He chopped it up like it's like a message to the song. It's very good, and I'm just
My
like,
thing is
this
going
nigga's
to
crazy.
jail behind something is way different than you just not being liked.
That's totally different.
Yeah,
And that's the reality of it.
Right. I agree.
There are people who have gone to jail that have found their way back to success and popularity and all these different things. So for Kanye to like not get arrested and charged with anything,
he's just saying stupid shit
every day,
every day.
every day.
I want to change gears a little bit. We've talked about music for like the last 50 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to talk about like some pop culture shit. I do want to talk about BG getting home because you had a post yesterday where people was, going on and on and on. And where are y'all at right now with this? Can I first start with...
I had a whole question about this. I said the Brittney Griner situation has captivated the world in a good and a bad way. Upon release, would have been some of the stupidest takes you've seen in the last 24 hours. Because I know there's no shortage of them.
You gotta go to
Because I said this yesterday, and I'm going to just play it on the air.
Yeah, I need to hear this.
Hold on. This is my biggest problem. Oh, it's gone. Damn, I lost my story. But basically, I was saying how for the last 9 months, every day, I watch tickers every day. 152 days Brittney Griner been locked up. 180 days, 168 days, 173 days. Why is she in there? She shouldn't be in there. Get her out of there. Why Brittney Griner not home? They let her out, and the black community was like, what the fuck they let her out for this terrorism? Y'all say, and it's just like, yo, what do y'all want, yo? Did you want Brittney Griner home or not? I had to explain to somebody, oh, we gave up somebody who's an arms dealer and this, that, and the third for a basketball player. And I'm like, listen, I don't know if y'all understand like leverage, but this is what it's extortion. You had zero leverage.
Zero leverage.
They convicted her to 9 years. It was done. Did you hear 2 weeks ago they didn't even know where she was at? They had lost her in transportation or something. Yeah. She was over there. You was going to be there for 9 years. At the end of the day, we at war, okay? We leave this office. We might not come back to this phone.
Right.
Y'all want her out? Give us Victor. It is what it is. Yeah. That's the way it works. Oprah bought a house a couple years ago. The house wasn't on the market. The house was valued at $25 million. Apparently, Oprah stepped to them and was like, I want this property. I'll give you 50. They gave the house up. Yeah. My man Nate, shout out Nate, who was on the show before, the real estate. Nate say it all the time. If you come to me trying to buy one of my properties that I'm not selling, your offer better knock my socks off. Right. That's reality. Yeah. So you can't go to them and be like, motherfuckers out there, oh, why they ain't send Ben Simmons? I'm like, you know what? I can't take y'all serious, man. Because it's like you can't go to the Russian army and be like, yo, we give you Ben Simmons. We're like, no. You want Brittney Griner out, I tell you what.
Pay. You gotta pay.
Let Bull out. And at the end of the day, Bull was going to be up for parole in 26.
Yeah.
Right. Because he's been locked up for it since...
it's 15 years.
Yeah, he's been locked up
It is what it is.
I just think that we've reached a point where, in society in general, man, where 90% of the people that are speaking on shit are not equipped with the facts, the data, the information, or the perspective to put any form of an intelligent opinion behind this shit. And the only reason they're speaking on it is because it's a hot topic. And they want some of that traffic to come to their socials and their page, and they hoping I'm going to say some hot shit, and then people going to follow me and then share my posts.
You're going to agree with this, and then you can give your surmise. But we've been saying for the last couple of weeks that all these social media apps need to be charged. Like, you need to pay a fee to be on these motherfuckers. And at the end of the day...
Or take an aptitude test.
At the end of the day, if people had to pay to give their opinions, they wouldn't do it. The reason they give their opinions is because they got thumbs and it's free. But you...
Hooked up the Chick-fil-A Wi-Fi, just going to town.
But you, like me, we've paid to give our opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me and you spent $20,000 creating this podcast situation.
Yeah.
We paid our hard-earned money to be able to go and give our opinions. Most people wouldn't do that.
I agree with everything y'all said just on this topic, but the main thing for me is the internet really lets me know I don't want to know what y'all think.
Bruh.
Every day, every time I get on Beyonce's internet.
Right. Every time.
It lets me know I don't want to know what y'all think. Y'all say something like, my thing is, you don't know about foreign policy.
Bruh.
You just don't.
You don't know about
Y'all don't know about the policy of these social medias. Is why you get suspended.
You don't know who your alderman is.
You don't know who Philadelphia policy is. Yeah, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. So now all of a sudden you watch one episode of World News fucking Tonight, right. And now all of a sudden you know about fucking foreign policy, dog. At the end of the day, and for me, it's like, look, did America win the trade?
Hell no.
No. But at the end of the day, was America, part of this is America's fault. That's what they're not explaining to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's America's fault. The only reason why Brittney Griner got held up over there is because we not minding our business with the Ukraine.
Yep, and we decided to back Ukraine and told them stand tall and don't give up your ports and become part of NATO and all this old shit. We did that. We directly influenced that war. If they want to take you to war, we'll just send some shit over there. We can't get involved, but like we're seeing some things. You know what I'm saying? Couple boxes of rocks or something. You know what I mean?
Now you got an arms dealer.
Some grain.
And we don't know what this arms dealer is going to do. He might go home and
he might just go home and chill. He might just go to the Kremlin, hang with the.
I saw somebody yesterday go as far as like, now we got to worry about more guns hitting the inner city, and I'm like,
He was locked up. Like Chicago, Cleveland, Philly, Jacksonville. They've been going ham with murders the last 4 years. He's been locked up the whole time. I said on my story
yesterday, I'm like, y'all got him riding around East 99 giving Glocks to all the Bone Thugs affiliates. It's like, these niggas, though. This isn't the way it works, yo.
Bro, so that means he's not talking to you niggas. He's talking to legit military, like for somebody to need
like 20? He was selling anti-aircraft missiles. Like y'all don't have these. Like,
like you know, like this is like, and then somebody said he was the black. My boy said he was the black Tony Stark, or not the black Tony Stark, but the Russian Tony Stark. They're like, no, he's more. If y'all watch Black Panther, he's Ulysses Claw, my nigga.
Right.
He's the nigga. Like he's who you got to go through.
Right.
If I want to compare him to anything, have you ever watched War Dogs?
I've never seen that.
War Dogs, excellent movie.
Bradley Cooper's character off of War Dogs. Yeah, that's what it felt like. Is that about him? I could believe that. I could believe it.
So all he and all his job is like
he's an arms dealer,
and it's but big time.
Big time. Yeah, he goes in the in between spots.
The crazy part is they said
to get illegitimate shit done for people that ain't supposed to be buying this shit.
He was selling shit to both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you got, if you're asking me for 20,000 AK-40, you know how much that? How much is that?
Probably $750 a unit or something like that.
Remember they
times
got
20,000.
The joint is they got jammed up for selling $100 million worth of AK ammunition that was Chinese ammo, but they was trying to sell it. To or was it Afghan? They was trying to sell to China or whatever.
Yeah, they had to rebag it and all that shit.
They had to rebag it because it came from the Ukraine of all places, and they had to get it over to. Yeah, it's like this is not like a straw purchase that your sister did.
And people, I want you to pay attention to what I just did. They were talking about something I knew nothing about. So you know what I did? I shut the fuck up. Maybe you should try that. If they're like
our people refuse to take a play off.
Like, look, they was talking about the whole Deion Sanders situation.
They refuse. They will not take a play off.
Why did my homie just send me the joke where Vin Diesel had posted I need Brittney Griner home by Christmas.
Family.
And somebody on the Jones like, because if need be, I'll drop a Hellcat out the sky on you niggas.
Nigga, do y'all talk about Fast and the Furious on here, man?
We have, yes.
Oh, my God, dog. Yo, that is the most outlandish.
It jumped the shark around 6. It absolutely jumped the shark.
Fast 5 was the best one. And then after that, it kind of just went somewhere else.
It's like, they was in outer space, bro.
Yeah. Ludacris was flying a rocket.
In outer space.
In like a fucking
Ludacris.
What was that car? It was like a
they were in like a buggy and something.
Yeah.
That Bow Wow built. Yeah, that built. Out of all people. Yeah. Somebody was like, I can't wait until Fast 12 when it's them versus the Avengers.
And they gonna win too.
Family.
Yeah. Family. Vin Diesel with a 67 Camaro and Luda with an F-650. They're gonna take on the Avengers.
They're gonna take on Thanos.
Ridiculous.
Real shit. But no, the last couple days, it just we've seen it, like you just mentioned, the Deion Sanders. We had a whole show last week. We talked about how how ridiculous y'all have gotten with your antics of just speaking on things that y'all really ain't even up on. But this Brittney Griner situation to me was just like y'all wanted the girl home.
For 10 months. It was free BG, like.
Now it's we done traded her for the army. Who the fuck did you think?
Wait, we left a Marine behind? That was the other John. Micah Parsons started that shit. This is your fault, Micah.
He's an idiot.
We left a Marine behind? Wait, what?
I tweeted Michael Parsons, not to say that he saw it, but I tweeted that nigga, and I definitely said, I said, sometimes it's better not to say nothing.
I hate to go to the white, shut up and dribble route because that was just so annoying. But it's like, just chase quarterbacks, my nigga. Like,
you got a game on Sunday, nigga. Shut up.
Just chase quarterbacks, my nigga.
Like, I mean, I get it. You playing the Texans on Sunday, so
it's a bye week.
Yeah, but because my thing is, it's not even just shut up and drivel. It's like athletes are going to get scrutinized for their takes.
Yeah,
because you have a following,
right? So
you have an automatic audience.
Automatic, and
whether you want it or not, you got an automatic audience.
You're the best player on the most recognizable team in the country.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. You're going to.
What do you mean?
I don't think he's the best player on the team.
He's the best player.
He's the best player on the team.
Defensive, I think Dak is still Dak at the end of the day.
Dak is Dak. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think
not
Dak
winning playoff games.
I know. I think Dak. The Cowboys move because of Dak.
I'm actually
I'm a Cowboys fan. You know.
I know that, but I'm scared of Michael Parsons.
I think every couple
Micah Parsons plays D-line, linebacker, and safety.
every couple of years we got a defensive threat. That's just think about Lawrence.
He's a unicorn.
Trayvon Diggs and just
he's a unicorn.
I was never scared of Trayvon Diggs.
You should be.
No.
Trayvon's the man.
He's good.
But Micah Parsons is by far and away just he's making his case for like the best D lineman.
He does what he wants at the line of scrimmage.
But I think the Dak is the engine. Like that shit don't roll. Think about I'm a Cowboys fan. We literally weren't scoring points this year because Dak just wasn't out there. We were going into games where our over under was 37. Like it was terrible. Like, it was bad. But yes, I agree with what you're saying. Defensively, yes, Micah Parsons is the man. But even down to him with the wait, what? And like Kev said, it was like, yo, the way you're tweeting this is like almost as if you didn't know.
Right.
Which means if you didn't know, it's okay to just not do anything.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I didn't know. Probably y'all didn't know.
Listen.
The information was out. However, the information was out there.
on the website to see who's locked up. And
However, the information was out there, and if you weren't taking the time to dive into all of these like blind spots of this overall situation, why is it a thing now?
He's also a spy. They're not letting spies out of.
Yeah.
And you know that nigga getting beat up every day.
Every day. Tell us what you know.
Yeah.
We come back from this war. Yeah.
Your ass is grass, Jack.
Yeah. Jack.
All right, I got a general question I pose to the room. Who has the worst comment section online? I got, I think 5, and then I got an open spot. Academics, Say Cheese, World Star, the website, not social media, the Shade Room, Spiritual World, or insert random T page on Instagram.
Yo, Spiritual World comments be crazy.
I was going to say maybe Spiritual World.
They comments be crazy, dog.
Just because the posts be kind of crazy.
The posts be nuts.
And it be men and women.
Yeah.
Like, it be men and women in them comments, dog. Like, it's World War. I like, yo, like, see, here's the thing, right? I don't be fishing in comments because at the end of the day, I don't want the notifications.
Right.
And I don't feel like arguing with nobody on the internet. These people have time.
Oh, they have endless time.
That's the part that kills me. Like, what are y'all doing all day?
These are the people that let you know that whatever the unemployment rate is reported as, it's bullshit. Because they have endless time all day, every day to argue.
Time, bro. Spiritual World is crazy. They're the number. To me, they're number one. Academics comments is crazy, but they just don't like him.
Have you made any of these blog posts? I have.
Yeah.
And when you make one of them, you realize like,
yes,
I don't want to make this.
I need to not be here.
Be on Spiritual World or especially so. Man, I remember the HOOCHIE DADDY shit was on Spiritual World, Hollywood Unlocked, and the Shade Room.
Hollywood Unlocked might be up there too.
Hollywood Unlocked is up there too. I forgot about them.
My weight loss joint last year went, and I'm gonna talk about it at our live show. The problem with going viral for certain things.
Yeah. And
that shit ended up on World Star, and I felt genuinely good when I posted it. Like, yo, like, look at this transformation. And you see them comments, and you like, I got way more work to do. Oh, my God.
The meanest things to you in the comments. Like, even with my music takes on Facebook, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, people say some of the meanest. And I'm like, bro, I just gave my top 5.
Right.
Dog. When you go viral in a manner like that, where, like, it's millions of people seeing it. I went and seen it the other day on Twitter. It's at 31 million fucking impressions just on Twitter alone. So once you factor in Instagram and Facebook, it might have been seen by 100 million. It really is like
it's disgusting
to the point where people say it to you in the streets.
So imagine,
like I'm gonna talk about it in our show. Just how many different interactions I've had that it's like, wait, what?
So imagine them chicks they be posting sometimes, bro, and it's like a girl like they post you for some dating shit or something like that.
Right.
That's why it's not worth it, man. Y'all want to be famous too bad.
It's definitely not worth it.
That shit is nuts, man.
It's not worth it. Y'all want to be famous too bad.
Yo, B. Simone end up on them pages like at least like once a week. With just what's the dumbest shit you ever heard.
Because they try to go viral, though.
Exactly. Like
coming out and saying you don't wash up is like...
No, fuck that. They had the worst John was, is Martin Luther King not a great man because he cheated on his wife?
And
that happened.
They know the kind of engagement that's going to get.
I said, wait, what? You are allowed to be a Negro on a podcast right now because of Martin Luther King, and you questioning?
I talk about. Do you watch Jost and Michael Shea do
Michael Shea? Yeah.
Michael do the news?
Yes.
I said they were writing jokes for each other when they were doing the news. So he wrote racial shit for him as a black person. He wrote racial for him as a white person. So and they had to read it on air, and he gave it to Jost, and he looked at the screen, and Martin Luther King popped up on the screen, and he just put his head down like, oh God,
I don't want to say this.
and he said an elementary school teacher was fired because she told a classroom full of children that Martin Luther King committed suicide. In the teacher's defense, Martin Luther King is the one that kept running his mouth. Like, hey, yo.
That's the one that kept running his mouth.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
See, at least that's funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But they go on these sites and they try to.
I'm gonna
say
keep it a
these
buck.
things.
Making World Star and actually seeing those comments was just like, damn, yo. Like, I almost DM World Star like, yo, can you take this
down, bro.
This is bad.
Y'all don't have my consent to put this up.
World
But
Star.
once it hit the internet,
It's everybody's
it's fair
property.
game.
I will say that the arguing amongst people goes on at a higher rate of anything on
Yes.
spiritual unlock
Yes.
than anything.
Spiritual unlock.
Is that what it's called?
Spiritual world.
world.
You just combined it. Spiritual unlock. Right and merge them together.
Yeah, spiritual unlock combined is terrible. I'll tell you another one. That's got people in a trance. The niggas be broke.
Oh
and
my
bitches
God.
be broke. Oh my
That
God.
conversation, that's the one.
Dog.
That's the one. You want to break the algorithm? Talk about money.
Yeah.
What you paying for dates?
Yeah. Why have we've been talking about the $200 date shit for 15 years?
I'm gonna be honest, yo. I haven't been on many dates that cost exactly $200.
Hell no. It's either dramatically less or dramatically more.
Just never.
But she got a deuce.
You got a deuce. So keep it.
Keep it cute.
Are y'all counting on the date?
You got a deuce, so keep it cute. With a Longhorn gift card. Don't get too crazy in there. Don't get too
A
crazy.
$200 date at Longhorn is nuts.
Yeah, you ordered
You ordering
everything.
endless tequila shots for $200 at Longhorn.
I'm not on some like rich man shit, but like we not, man. If you like her, man, you're not counting on the fucking date.
Definitely not.
You're just doing what y'all like to do.
Yeah. But here's the thing. That whole element of like, I'm a guy, she's a girl, we like each other, we think we'll figure it out later. And like we just vibing and just doing what we do. Nobody's keeping tabs on this.
That's the problem. And it's like these grown niggas, these niggas is keeping tabs on tacos. Like you like let's be real. A date you like if we're either going somewhere, we going to get something to eat and we're going to do an activity.
Right.
Like nigga, just be prepared to pay. We're going to eat and we're going to activity.
Yeah, niggas is living like Dave Chappelle on Half Baked when he had $5 to take the chick on a date.
She said, "Can I get a hot dog?" That's what she said. She said, "Can I get sauerkraut?" Sauerkraut $1. He said, "Damn."
Facts.
Yeah,
I'm tired of the conversation.
Yeah, it's just one of them Jones where it's just like, yo, man, whatever you got to do. If you go to Longhorn, if you go to fucking
Red Lobster, it don't matter.
Tao, if you go to Acme and ring up a T-bone as grapes, nigga, whatever the fuck
you got to do.
Do it.
Whatever you on, just go get you some nourishment, man. They giving out meals down here at 15th and JFK. So whatever you got to do, just go get you something
That's
to
a
eat.
date.
Yeah, it's a date.
Facts.
We've parked up in the car and ate food.
I've ate Wawa with a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On the trunk.
Yeah, like for
Shit
real.
was
We go
slapping.
to Wawa, we get something. You get a hoagie, I get a hoagie.
You know what a date is in Delco? Eating Wawa on top of the trash can.
Yeah.
You go to Wawa and Delco, they all out there on top of the trash can.
I'm good with that.
It's Hoagie Fest.
Hoagie, exactly.
fucking
What the
fest.
fuck you talking about?
We get 3 shorties.
I want a hoagie now.
Yo, I was saying I wouldn't mind a good hoagie. But no, it's like people had this thing where everything has to be
Yeah.
documented. and-
People are we talked about it recently. People are overly manicuring their lives and in their experiences and stuff like that. And it's like, y'all don't even live like this.
You don't.
Because don't nobody like y'all that much.
That part. Don't nobody like y'all that.
you said you're in a relationship now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, no, you're not dating then. Because I was like, dating just seems so crazy to me.
There's too many stipulations.
Yeah.
Dating is ass.
You got to sign a prenup on the first date.
Yeah, dating is ass.
And an NDA.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like I'm not on the situation. I'm tired. You know what? I'm trying to work this out on stage, but there's nothing worse than, like, you know, the best thing about being in or talking to somebody consistently is you have plans.
Right.
You know for a fact, like, if you like Lauryn Hill and she's not Lauryn, we'll just do somebody else because we know she'd be late.
Yeah, Lauren's not coming.
LMA.
Yeah. We'll just say, we'll say LMA. You like LMA. Let's say you want to go see LMA.
Lauryn Hill asked you going to Lauryn Hill show tonight?
Is you gonna be there?
But like, no.
You fuck with that, Joe?
When you get LMA tickets, you're getting 2 tickets.
Right.
You know, 6 months down the line, you know who you're going to go see.
That's a
you
fact.
don't have to buy 2 tickets and then go through your phone to see which bitch deserves to see LMA.
Like, oh no, she was talking some dumb shit last time I seen her.
Like, you know who you.
Yeah, her
going to see.
underarms was stinking 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I can't be dealing with that.
You know who you going to see LMA with.
That's a fact.
Bottom line, dog. I don't got time to be worried about like trying to piece together my dating situation.
I think that the point that you're making, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that a lot of men value predictability and like stability in their lives. And you get to like a certain point in life when you realize like juggling 9 hoes is not it.
It's hard. It's hard. If you're 30-something years old, 40-something years old, juggling 9 women, because they all want the same amount of attention.
Yep. And money.
At the same time. Like, if you messing with a 30-something-year-old woman, right? Bro, you can't disappear for 2 days.
You can try. It ain't gonna work. You can try. Like, you had some explaining to do.
You text a chick.
Come in the house, I got drafted. You believe this shit?
But no, for real though.
Been down at the Marine office the last 2 goddamn days.
Army recruit all day. Even if trying to get out of this shit.
But that's real though. But no, chicken, even if you got
come back to the crib, the war over.
Even if you just talking though.
Yeah.
Like you ain't talked to her in 2 days. And you be like, yo, what's up? Yo, my bad, I was busy. Yo, I had a chick tell me, well then go be busy.
Dismissed.
Easy. 2 days, nigga. What you was doing? Especially if she reached out to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one thing if she ain't reached out to you either, but she reached out to me twice, 2 days.
Damn.
I ain't had nothing. And the best excuse I had was I was busy because I was still posting.
I got a homie, I'll remain nameless, but he be getting like hospital bands.
Yeah. My boy. Two-ray joke, man. He was like, I come out with the triage bracelet.
Real shit.
Story. Yeah, the hospital, but it's not that deep. But is it that serious?
No.
It shouldn't be.
It should be.
Some niggas is like, gotta do what I gotta do.
Yo, some motherfuckers really don't want to go home.
Why even create home if you don't want to go there?
You know
I
them
ain't know what I
niggas
was
is
getting
like,
myself
y'all
into.
go to the concert. Y'all go to LMA concert. Then y'all leave after that. Y'all go to whatever the spot is that have hookah and drinks.
You and your lady, right?
Yeah, whoever. You with your homies, whatever. Like, no, you with your homies.
No, you're not going to LMA.
Well, not LMA. Y'all go to the Jeezy concert or the Pusha T concert.
Okay.
Y'all leave from there. Oh, we going over here. So-and-so, so-and-so DJing or whatever. You go there. Then you leave there and it's like, all right, it's getting up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, where we sliding to next? And it's just like, remember Paulie was saying a couple weeks ago, like, yo, at 4 a.m, it's like, yo, why we not going home?
Yes.
Like, what's going on at home?
I'm not out till 4 a.m.
Like, what's going on that you don't want to go home?
I'm
bro?
not out till 2 a.m.
I'm not out. I'll be honest with you. I don't be out till like 10 at the night.
Bro,
like,
I'm gonna keep it a buck. My show, niggas always be after the show, be like, yo, where the after party at? Like, I'm not spanking them niggas, dog. Like, see how they do it.
What Tommy? I mean, what the Tommy Davidson when he was Varnell Hill? She said, Varnell, where's the after party? He said, Latifah, the party's ready.
Like, what are we doing? Like,
dog,
spank. If you listening, whatever. Like, how do y'all do that after
every show?
Well, everyone's been divorced. So.
But even still, like, even as a single man, it's like, nigga, like...
Them niggas party hard, too. I was with them when they had the show in AC in the summertime. They like, yeah, come to this joint. Matter of fact, we about to get our car out of valet. Follow us. I'm following the Cousin E and Spank and Wayne.
But it'd be a whole night, though. It'd be drinks and...
Like, niggas walked in the fucking beach club, in the Chelsea Beach Club, with a case of liquor. Like, their own case of liquor. Yeah, we gonna set this up. They gonna bring it out later, but just open one of them Jones.
Like, and it's just like, but my thing is like...
It's 10 of us. Why do we need a case of liquor?
I like going home by myself.
For sure.
Even if I, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just like being at my house with nobody. Like, I like my bed.
Yeah,
I like my television.
I like my house.
Like, you hear me? I like my house, dog. Like, that's why I be wanting to go home.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go the fuck back home.
For sure.
Yeah, like, not wanting to go home is always sketchy.
That's wild, dog. Like, if you got friends that don't want to go home, man, you need to check on them.
Yeah.
Those niggas y'all need to check on. The friends that want to be out till 5:30 in the morning. And at a certain age. Like at 26, man, I was out until 4 in the morning. Yeah. But like after my show, nigga, look, you know what I don't mind? So like I got a show here December 20th, right?
Where's it at?
It's at Helium.
Okay.
Right? So I'm doing
nice.
Clint Coley and Friends. It's just basically like just for me to get new material. I'm gonna be honest with you. So, but after the show, I'm DJing at the Blonde Barber. Now, it's a Tuesday night, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna be done by 1 in the morning. Mm-hmm. We're not, there is no move after the Blonde Barber. Yeah. Don't ask me, yo, man, you just done DJ. Like, the move after usually.
You trying to go to Show Bar? Where that's at? Nigga, Kenzo?
After 1 in the morning, the move is fucking. If you're not fucking, go home. And if there's something at home waiting for you, go home and fuck.
I'll be honest, yeah, I keep it above with you. I like fucking at like 8:39 p.m. Like, I don't even like that 1 in the morning.
I know niggas that'll go out on a Friday night. Go out on a Friday night, hit 5 spots, have the hoes already, and get the hoes so drunk that they can't fuck. Yeah, it's like this is stupid. This is counterproductive.
Yeah, no. You need to. Like, here's the thing. You don't need 5 spots. You need to make sure she has a good time at 1 spot.
Right.
The second spot is if y'all just we in the moment. But after 2 spots, nigga, we going home.
Yes, for sure.
Like I'm not trying to drink you out of getting pussy.
Everyone go to their respective corners.
Or the end of the dub. Like,
feathering us.
Yeah, one of them. Like, seriously.
Like, but I just started realizing though, like when I started, you start getting weekend gigs, and you start realizing like shit, like it's a good feeling to have somebody like a couple of my homeboy told me like, yo, bro, me and my lady, we planned a night out to come see you. Like, this was a show I did in Detroit. He was like, yo, what you doing after this? I'm like, I'm about to go get something to eat, blah, 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 blah. He's like, cool, because our hotel right down here. And I said, but don't y'all live in Detroit? He's like, yeah, but we just wanted to make it a night. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wanted to
That's dope.
Yeah, like niggas do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get a hotel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
go to the hotel and do weird shit. Nothing in the microwave.
Nothing in the microwave.
You know, the hotel do crazy shit. Nothing in the safe. All kinds of stupid. No, I have never done anything like that.
I'm thinking like, somebody's nothing in the safe.
Yeah, nothing in the iron. It's just stupid shit.
Yo, I might do that. I might do that. I might.
This. I don't know who you've had stay here before. This iron is just not working. It's got a weird odor coming out of it too, and it's just
plugged
like
it in and immediately started fizzing. I don't know what's going on with this thing.
That makes me think of every time my iron is fizz as soon as I turn it on.
No, but it just people say that to us about our shows. Like, no, we made it a whole thing to come
at night, dog.
Yeah, nah, that's real. Yeah, the out all night John is.
I'm done.
That shit is late. It's over. It's over for that, man.
Go to bed, bro.
I commend people. Let me ask you this: how are you feeling right now with stand-up comedy as a whole?
I'm good. I love stand-up. I think that people think we're in an era where we can't say what we want, and it's like, no, you can. You just can't be offensive, my nigga. Like, look, in '98, rappers were using the F word, right?
Okay.
Yeah. No.
But it was using the F word, the gay slur for
Yeah.
And you can't say that now. Mm-hmm. Does that impact anybody's bars?
Maybe Dice Clay. But outside of
some
that,
bomb atomically.
Rappers.
The bomb atomically crowd loves that word. They love that word, yo, for some reason.
So that means you don't need to be doing this.
For sure, I agree.
And my thing is that I can tell a joke, and so the problem is, I used this analogy earlier about Richard Pryor. A lot of comedians saw Richard and just took cussing. Bro, a lot of comedians watch Dave and take offensive. And it's like, he's not trying to offend nobody. This is how he feels.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, comedian X who sucks and who's doing open mics for the past 20 years of your fucking career, you're trying to be offensive.
So you're trying to garner attention through being offensive.
You know something I always thought was like really decent, and you actually did it too. But Ricky Smiley has a stand-up that he did at a church.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
He did a whole joint, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, clean comedy.
And I saw you perform at a church.
Years ago.
And I'm like, yo, performing at a church that's tough.
Yeah.
Because it's like, forget the F word, and you got to bring it all the way down. Yeah,
And still make it funny.
That's some very you good.
Right, so I say that to say
I'd be scared to pod in the church. You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel limited to what I can say because I don't have homophobic views. I don't have transphobic views.
Right.
I don't have anti-women views. I may be anti-ladies, what you doing and, how you fuck. Yeah, I'm anti, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not I don't hate women. So I don't have to hide how I feel in comedy.
For sure.
And niggas do that, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, but I love the state of comedy. I got a special dropping in 2023, man. So I'm happy. I'm happy because I know my special is good. You know what I'm saying? I know it's good. And I know I don't have to edit around and
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
How was your tour experience?
Nigga, hard.
You went all over, dog. I was looking at when I saw you drop the dates, and then you added more dates. I'm like, I'm like, you was everywhere. You was like Wichita, Kansas. I
was. So we did. So this is the first. So starting here. Like I don't open for DL no more. No beef, no animosity.
Right.
It's just there comes a point in your time in life where you
gotta elevate.
Gotta get out your father's house. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta Dion these niggas.
Yeah, Dion these niggas.
Going to Colorado, nigga.
Yeah. But you gotta remember what your first, your actual first, I was always, anybody that knew I could always get a night, in this city and that city, but I could never get a whole tour on weekends where I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? I got an agent now. That's what changed.
Got you.
Right. So.
Shout out to that.
Yeah. So. Now,
if any agents are looking for us, contact me at officialtrp@gmail.com.
Somebody. God damn.
But then what happened was, though, I went to a couple of cities and I didn't do that well. The hardest thing now is I got to look at the room and I got to see, damn, my money ain't in here tonight. Or I ain't going to.
You talking about as far as ticket sales or something?
Yeah,
okay.
I did Cleveland. It was 15 people in there, Joe. Okay. You know what I mean? You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We know.
That's the nature of touring. You win some, you lose some.
You win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying? But you have to consistently say, yo, it's not me, or not even just not you. It's all right, I can do better. Or more is going to come. Just hold off. Or, you know what I'm saying? And I just say that for me, the hardest thing I learned about touring by myself was I respect what DL does even more because you got to sell tickets.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, like I told these niggas earlier, or told y'all before we started podding, that there's only a few niggas that really sell tickets.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me not to take that serious, or take that personal. So there was shows where I did well, like Detroit. I did well in Philly. Did well in New York.
You did the TLA in Philly, right?
Yeah. And then there's certain cities nigga, Vancouver. There was 30 niggas in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, niggas are but it's Vancouver. Yeah, but I still don't want to perform before the 30 niggas.
I think it was very ambitious for you to even go into some of the markets you went into, because you went in BC markets in addition to your A markets or whatever. You were very brave in the way that tour was routed and constructed, because you didn't just go where I'm a hit at and my analytics is off the charts.
You got to see, I went to Milwaukee.
You tested your hand in a lot of markets.
So, and that's the thing, we did well in Milwaukee, but then it was cities like Orlando, right? We had to cancel that John. We had to cancel Cincinnati. We had to cancel Indianapolis. But then there's shows like Seattle that was really it was really hit or miss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think what you got to the problem was that, and this is what I realized about tour. You gotta strike while the iron hot.
Absolutely.
Right. So when Advice from a Fuckboy, when that podcast was hot, I was doing live shows and it was selling. Now I'm not as hot as I was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. Now I got to reinvent the wheel and do better. You know what I'm saying? I got things that is about to come out. Things that's about to happen, literally in the next 2-3 months. That's going to make me at least somewhat hot. then when you do that, that's when you need to strike with a tour. Like, it's no secret. Like, you know for a fact, Rihanna's doing the Super Bowl.
That's a fact.
You know for a fact, either an album or a tour is coming. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I need to start doing. I need to start realizing, like, yo, I got to, now that I'm at this level of the game.
Yeah.
My shit can't just be, oh, I'm going on the road next week. My shit got to be planned out, legit, like marketing. But now we have to have a legit scheme, and that's what I learned the most. I got to have a legit scheme behind my operation. I didn't have one behind. It was somewhat like my edible kicked it out of the name, out of but it was like I didn't really try to market the way I could have, and that was hard to learn.
So do you look at it like a success though, with what you learned in it?
Nigga, I was depressed about that for a while, dog. Like really? I haven't been on the road since July. Like I haven't like this show in Philly. Like I need new jokes. Like I didn't want to get on stage. Like
right.
I thought like damn, like I had a failed tour.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because like there's great highs, but then there's shows like Memphis. I did Memphis, 15 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it was pouring down, raining that day, but still 15 people.
Right,
you know
right,
what I mean?
right.
But on the flip side of things, it's like, okay, but you did it. You know what I'm saying? You got that under your belt. And I gave them 15 niggas the best. I gave them my best.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm getting back up and swinging again.
We had a conversation recently, me and him, just like talking or whatever, and we talked about we did a tour with with the podcast, and he was saying how. Did the tour go the way we wanted it to go? No. We had to rearrange dates. We had to cancel, one date, two dates?
Two dates. Canceled Atlanta, and we canceled Charlotte.
And we had to rearrange, and we rearranged it, and we got there. We wound up hitting our number on certain Jones. We sold out 3 shows. It went fairly okay.
Yeah.
But in the process, we learned a lot about ourselves, the structuring of a tour, the whole, like you say, strike when iron hot. And then he said the one thing I'm more proud about than anything is that we had the balls to even do it.
That's the thing.
Because most motherfuckers would not play their hand where it's like your money on the line.
Your money's on the line.
To put this show up. Because like you say, what if it's not a success? What if no one comes? What if these tickets don't sell? You essentially asked out. So he like, yo, at the end of the day, we went out here, we sold these shows, we wound up making money, and we've created connections through different situations that are coming home to roost now. And it's like, that's some big shit, because a lot of motherfuckers wouldn't try it independently. That's a lot
of people just are comfortable to just rest on their laurels and just take what comes to them as opposed to go out here and chase what might be out there.
And that's the thing, right? So, that is the main thing, right? So, like, I had a comfortable job, bro. Like I tour with DL, nigga. Like I don't
guaranteed money every night.
The show was always sold out. I'm going to sell a liquor merch, and I'm getting a base salary, right? So I'm good. Like I don't need.
I remember we was at the show. You was selling. I was like, this shit like ECW. This nigga selling mad fucking DVDs and tapes of this
but
shit.
Nigga, I'm clearing like $3,500-$4,500 in the weekend.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like being an opening act,
right?
So then, but I'm like, but there was something in me. Like I'll tell you what it was. Like. It was during COVID. DL's doing a show in West Palm, and I'll never forget. There was like he in a frat now, so now he at Q now. You know what I'm saying? So now all his frat brothers is in the green room.
Okay,
he's
got
on stage, right? But there's a whole bunch of niggas in the green room. Now anybody that knows me knows I'm not flashy. I'm not like I don't like a whole bunch of niggas around. Like I don't roll squad deep. Like I like me, you. Like this is it. Like, I like the firm, nigga.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. There's 10 niggas backstage. I'm mad because it's COVID. So these niggas don't got no mask on. Nobody's, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. Like,
they barking and shit.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm annoyed. And then I'm telling DL
Shiny
Road manager,
boots everywhere.
Yeah, that's exactly what was there. So then I'm getting mad. I'm telling DL manager, like, yo, dog, like, let's get these niggas the fuck out of here. And I was just kept getting mad. He's like, yo, if you don't like it, you ain't gotta be here. And he ain't say it on some disrespectful shit. He said it on some like, nah, nigga, like if
like
you
this what it is, this what it's gonna be. This what it is and what it's gonna be.
And I remember, man, like the very next day I saw like the World Series of Spades on Amazon. It was like number 2 or some shit like that. And I was like, nigga, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I, told DL straight up, like, bro, like it's that time. You know what I'm saying? Now I may sink, I may swim, but I'm gonna try. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Selling your own tickets, I tell people, you have to literally give people a reason on why you're worth spending money on.
Absolutely.
I'm taking my hard-on $25, $30, and I'm coming to see you. What are you giving me? And that's what we got to really tap into. And we haven't done, or I thought selling out one show is easy. But greatness, like Phil Jackson said, is not doing one thing.
Yeah.
It's you got to repeatedly do it over and over and over and over again. So it's like, yeah, nigga, I had a great show in Boston. I had a great show in Philly. But then you got, like, now I know how to lean into a whole tour. And everybody get your attention.
Right.
You know, it got to be planned months out. Like, tours can't be planned 2 months.
Listen, months out.
Like, right, like, if I want to, like, I probably won't go on tour till the summer. But we're planning and we're talking about it right now.
And you're going to have to basically be dropping it January, February.
You got to drop tickets. And when you do it, you got to do a rollout as, like, you got to drop all the tickets at once. All the links got to be there. There can't be one, like, it got to,
because you'll miss your moment.
You'll miss your moment. Because people like when you, and you got to build anticipation up to you even going on tour.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Let me ask you this, staying on the theme of comedy, do you have a top 5, I guess, of stand-up comedians?
Man, not really.
I figured.
Not anymore. Like, it's at this point, like, because there's so many people do it that done it at a high level. There is no, I can't say, like, I can tell y'all my favorite comedian, pound for pound, is Chris Rock. And I will argue that he's the best stand-up comedian whoever did it.
Respectable take.
We can't, you can argue with me, you can disagree with me, because what people's going to say is, oh, he ain't funny. Well, I mean, okay, like, nigga, there's a lot of niggas you probably don't find funny. But that's more subjective than music, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
At least we could, like, there's niggas who say Kevin Hart's not funny. And I'm like, you do understand a stadium full of people went to see him.
Right.
Somebody finds him funny. You may not.
Yeah. That was a whole thing in why he jumped in that clubhouse fucking room that one time and kind of like low key embarrassed himself. But he jumped in the clubhouse room. But he was making sense. But the whole I say embarrass himself, meaning like his star is too big to even engage in this low vibrational internet fodder. But it got annoying to him. Right. So I understood it like just being like a pain point of like, why is this a thing? And it's all coming from people that look like me. Right. It's not nobody else saying. White people don't say that about me. Like.
Right. I mean, this goes back to Matt's point. Black people, you know what, man? We just never satisfied.
No.
I think that's the bullseye right there.
Black people are never satisfied, yo.
Yeah.
You'll never meet a black person who's like, you know what? I'm good with that.
Everything's good. I'm good.
No, I'm not.
I'm content.
Something has to be. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
because like they'll say shit about Kevin like he doesn't do political comedy.
Right.
And it's like, well, why? That's not what he does.
Why does he have to?
Why does he? Yeah, like so that makes him less funny.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't do political comedy. Like that to me, these takes are. You always need something to be upset about.
Yeah, you're nitpicking.
Yeah, like it's like look, let the man do what he does. That's my take.
Yeah, I look at it like Chris Rock is definitely one of my goats, you know, and it's one of them things where it's like, especially in a black culture, we will flip on you in a heartbeat. We'll bring you back in a heartbeat. We might flip on you again.
Yeah.
Because at one point, Chris Rock was like the blackest comedian out there. When he was doing like Bigger and Blacker and all of that, the Chris Rock show and Pootie Tang and all that shit. Then out of nowhere, it was like, oh, he's for them. And it's just like, when did that start?
When did Chris Rock become white?
And it's like, you know,
they just made it up.
You know, it
because he has white friends or he's cool with it. Nigga, you gotta remember he did SNL with Adam Sandler. That's a white show.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are his friends, bro.
Right.
Yeah,
Adam
Chris
Sandler,
Farley and all that.
David Spade, like those are his friends, bro.
And for all intents and purposes, from what I know about Adam Sandler, he's a super cool, super loyal dude. Like a nice, genuinely nice guy.
If he say he gonna do something, he do it.
He got 97 movies with just his friends in it.
With just his friends, dog.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, that's real.
I got nothing else, man.
I'm glad we did this. I you know.
I like chopping it up with y'all. It feels like an authentic conversation.
Yeah,
Being real.
I underplayed how much I was going to enjoy the interaction between us.
Pulling the curtain back a little bit, we had a Matt versus Clint moment a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And we never really got to just like sit and really hash that out.
Yeah.
And you know, I still
talk about it, yeah.
I still always bigged you up on the fact that, like, you know, you was like, yo, I'm gonna put you on stage. You know what I'm saying? And we went out, and I'm not gonna front on it. I was a bit of a diva.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, you said you were very quick.
He's like, yeah.
You know, I was
since we being honest, you was a diva, nigga.
I'll tell you, so I can honestly say, though, the reason why we had a Matt versus Chad or Matt versus Clint moment is because I never forgave you for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can sit here and be like, or I can sit here and be like, oh, it's about one thing. Like, people have to realize, when you have a problem with somebody, after you can say like, oh, it's over, it's water under the bridge, blah, 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 blah. But if you harbor those feelings, whatever they do after that is going to fucking annoy you. So I can say I never got over that. Well, I am over it now. But at the time, I was never over it because I was just like, yo, I felt like I leaned into something and there was no lean back.
There was no return on ROI.
But I also have to respect the fact that, yo, that may not have just been your path. That's not what you wanted to do. That's not who you, like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of me taking that personally, I should have respected your opinion, and I didn't do that. So I can apologize.
Yeah, no, I can tell you what it was and going through it at the moment. So we're going to talk about it.
This is beautiful, man.
No, this is real.
I'm a man, dog.
Clint was like, yo, you're funny. You're thinking about doing stand up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on stage. So we went to Chicago, put me on stage at the Laugh Factory. I got up there. It was a success.
Killed it.
I literally, like, I
was asking how long you was doing this.
Yeah, my first night ever on stage, ever. He was like, yo, the general manager legit is inquiring about you coming back.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I got money on Cleveland. It was Game 7. I remember
it was Game 7.
It was Game 7. And I had the Cleveland.
Because, like, no, so we talk about, like, shows that they had nobody in there. Like, it was literally Game 7 of the Warriors
Cavs
finals. Like, like, it just so happened the show landed on that day. Nobody was there, nigga. Like,
yo, and
during the game, though.
Right.
Yeah. And I got off the stage and I went running out to the bar. I'm worried about that. And people coming up to me like, yo, you was hilarious. Can I get a picture with you? Da-da-da. And I'm like, yo, fuck this fucking minute left. And he was like, yo, you got to shake hands and meet people. And this and that. I'm like, yo, that's not what I'm on right now. Like, LeBron and them, the score been the same since 3 minutes. Remember, it was 3 minutes of no scoring and shit.
Facts.
So then we left from there. We went to Phoenix.
Yep. Killed it there, too.
We went to Phoenix, and it was like the new faces of comedy. Now, this room was packed.
Okay.
That was like 300 motherfuckers. And I was just like, oh, shit, and they all white. And I remember walking on stage, and they was like, this guy's from Philadelphia. And I walked on, and somebody in the crowd was like, fuck the Eagles. And I'm like, I'm a Cowboys fan. Fuck them. And it softened the room, and we just started going. And we had fun. And Bill Bellamy invited us to his show.
Yep.
Bill Bellamy had a show in
the next day.
Tempe at the.
So we were
in Tempe. He had a show in Phoenix.
Okay.
And Tempe and Phoenix, if anybody don't know, is literally like, you know, Cheltenham and Philly.
Gotcha.
Right, like they right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
So he was like, yo, Bill Bellamy inviting us down to his show down in Phoenix or whatever. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. We'll stay. Now, in the process of all of this, he got us a room at one of the Marriotts in Tempe. And he was like, you know, it's like, you know, you on the road as a comedian. Right. And he's like, yeah, we going to get this room. And I walked in the room and was like, this is beneath me. That's exactly where I was at. I was like, man, I got my girl coming out here. No, we going to get something else. And he like, dog, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, no, you can stay here if you want. I'm going to slide over to that. And I slid and went to I went to like the JW Marriott or whatever. So I stayed there. We went to the show at Bill Bellamy. Now, Bill Bellamy Jones, like he said, it's a different, we doing Laugh Factory in Chicago,
Sunday night.
It's him headlining. So it's like, you know, like he just said, ain't about to be all this partying in the break room, in the green room, none of that shit. We go to New Faces of Comedy shit in Tempe. It's essentially like a big open mic night. So it's not that. When you get the Bill Bellamy joint, it's like NBA players.
Chris Gatlin.
It was just all kinds of motherfuckers in there. So you know me though, I'm still like, you know, I'm a big dog. So it's like I don't like all this. You know, coming in, yo, let me get a pic with Bill. Watch out, dog. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? So it was annoying to me more than anything. And we and him had to talk, and he was like, yo, you gotta like start here and work your way there.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, like he said, and let's just keep it a buck. He like, yo, there been nights where I didn't know where I was gonna stay. I didn't know what I was gonna be on.
Yeah.
You know this and me, I'm like, dog, I'm coming off of a fucking 120K poker run. Like, I'll stay at the Intercontinental. I don't like I'm cool. And so we left from there. We came back to Philly.
Yeah.
You had a show at World Cafe Live.
Yep.
We went to World Cafe Live. That was real good. Real nice turnout. It was me, you, Lawrence Killebrew.
Yeah, we had a great turnout.
Scooter,
and
the guy with the dreads. He's real big on Instagram and TikTok and everything.
Ken
something.
BDC,
Yeah.
Ken Jones.
So it was us 5. Got on stage, and I knew what to do in Philly. I did SEPTA shit. I told a bunch of SEPTA stories. It was hilarious, whatever. But then in the process of it, I just was like, I don't know if this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if this is what I want to do day in and day out. Like, I don't know if I want to start at the bottom of this and where I don't know mentally. And then you got to remember, I was going through a bunch of shit. Like I'm dealing with certain things. And then like I spoke about it on here, but once I had that bad run with poker, I kind of slipped into depression.
Yeah.
My eating kind of got crazy. I was drinking. I was just kind of all over the place. And Clint was like, yo, I got some shows. I forgot where your show. I want to say they was somewhere out west. Yeah. But you had some shows coming up. You was like, yo, you coming with me? And I was like, nah. And you was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'll catch you. If you do some other Jones, I might slide. And it was like, all right, you came back to Philly. I came to your people's crib. We was sitting out on the steps. Mm-hmm. We was sitting shopping it just about different shit, what you was trying to do, whoop. And I just was like, all right, well, yeah, I'll let you know if I fuck with it. And you like, yo, it can't be no let me know if you fuck with it. Either you're in or you're out. Like, it don't work like that. And I'm like, all right, well, nigga, I'll let you know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'll let you know. So maybe a couple days passed before you left. You hit me and was like, we talked on the phone. You was just like, yo, what's up with you? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, and you like, dog, listen, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. And this is exactly what you said. You said most comedians get on the stage, they first couple of times, they get booed, they get shit thrown at them, they get all kinds of hell. Yeah. I watched you get on stage a bunch of times to start out. You make people laugh. He's like, I had to learn how to be funny on stage, nigga. You just have timing and presence. You understand it.
Got it.
What the fuck is the issue? And I just, in my own world, in my own head, I just was like, nigga, I ain't explaining myself. I'll holler at you. And we kind of just parted. Yeah. And then the situation happened when I was on, coming off of the fucking flight. Me and Lee had first class tickets. I'm drunk as shit. Yeah. Coming off of the flight. He hit me about some post. And I was just like, what, nigga? I ain't take this from you. And it was like, nah, nigga, because you can't do that. And boo. And we had it out on the phone. And I said, listen, I'm about to enjoy myself in the next 7 days in Bahamas, but I'm going to kill Clint when we get back to the tip I was on. And we just never really got a chance to. And Ra was just like, yo, what's going on? I'm just like, man, he where he at, I'm where I'm at. Right. But when I still came to this shit, you've heard me say it. Mm-hmm. Clint always was respectable. He's honorable. So as a man, I apologize for just the way I handled that situation. Because it didn't need to happen. We was real cool. We was friends. It was for nothing. And to sit here and do this show, it just shows just how much chemistry and camaraderie we really have.
Absolutely. I'm going to say this. You know, first of all, appreciate your apology.
Yeah, that's real.
You know, I say this, man, like, grown, like the root of all this comes to is like it's really just ego.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And the day you grow up is the day you realize it's not about you, right? So there's two ways to this. On one side, there's me like pressuring Matt to be a comedian that maybe he does, and maybe I don't have the presence of mind at the time to say, oh, he might be going through other shit. Let me just ease up, and maybe when he hit me. On the flip side, he's not understanding. It's like, yo, you got a nigga who, you know, who's been doing this now for, at that point, I think I was maybe almost 10 years in, you know, and it's like, you know, I'm 10, 12 years in, and it's like, yo, everybody don't get, I'm not a mentor per se, but like, you don't get that kind of, like, yo, it wasn't like Bill Bellamy invited me to the show. Like, he knows me. Right. We're friends. Mm-hmm. Like, I know his family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these comedians now, I've built relationships with these guys all across. Absolutely. The country. Now, my name in these, like, if I call a comedy club, I'm not saying it happens, but they'll listen to me. Yeah. And I say that to say, like, I'm like, yo, you lucky. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of, like, everybody don't get that. And everybody doesn't take their time to share information.
Absolutely.
Because as Philly niggas, or not, like, to be honest with you, like, yo, we so worried about trying to be the top podcast in the city, or we trying to be the top comedian in the city. We trying to be the top. I don't care about being the top nothing in the city ever again.
Yeah.
I care about doing what makes me happy, and whoever comes to see me, I'm going to give you the best show. And my thing is, I appreciate us even just coming here having this conversation, because it's not I'm over it.
Yeah.
But it's good to talk about it and know where you were and where I was. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if you still harboring some shit that really wasn't that serious for some years, then now, nigga, you the problem.
Exactly.
You know
It was funny because even when Chad was like, yo, we're going to record with Clint on Friday, I'm like, does Clint know I'm going to be there?
Does he know I'm going to be there? And again, and pulling the curtain back, Clint just arbitrarily, through their thing or whatever, me and Clint was still very cool, and just arbitrarily, Clint pulled my coat to some business stuff to look out for that he didn't have to. He just saw something, was going to a certain venue,
right.
paid attention to it, and hit me and was like, yo, be careful when you go in this venue. Make sure you on your own shit, run your own link, run this, and this, audit them, blah, 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 blah. They get tricky. They play games with payouts and this and this and this. And I don't want y'all to go into that. And that's just him being a veteran and going around and seeing certain shit. And he hipped us to it. So we knew going into it how we got to do this.
And I have a personal, like, that venue in particular, those are my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, one of the managers, whatever, like, I mean, if I say that.
Yeah.
But long story short, we have a great relationship. But I seen how it tried to happen with me. And it's like, yo, but my thing is, why aren't we sharing this information?
Yeah, and it's funny what you just said about, like, just the gatekeeper aspect.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you're right. You don't have many rabbis just on the strength when you trying to do anything.
Right.
We look at now podcasting in Philadelphia, let's just keep it a buck, at how gatekeeperish it's become. Me and him were having a conversation the other day where it's like, yo, you can break bread with people and that still don't unlock
Still
no
ain't
door.
enough.
It still might not be the key to open up a lock in certain situations, and it's fucked up, but it's real. So I look back on the situation as I went to therapy, like you talked about. I got certain things in order, and I just grew up a little bit. Like, I grew up as a man, and I really had to sit back and just like, yo, Clint, all right, nigga. Like, Clint, there was no reason for nothing. Like, this is just stupid.
But see, here's the thing. It's like I had an issue. My issue before, going to therapy and stuff like that was, I don't know how to approach things. I don't know how to have a grown-up conversation.
Yeah.
So, like, I could have, like, my thing is, or not, I don't know to. I didn't know how to. I'm now better at having an adult conversation with an adult presence without having to yell, scream, or be angry to get my point across. I'm just going to get my point across.
Right.
If you don't agree, that's fine. But my thing is, I've learned how to respectfully disagree with somebody.
Yeah.
And that's really where we are with this now. And that's really where, that's why you're talking to a different Clint. You also got to realize, again,
You're talking to a different man.
I lost a lot since the last time you see me. Like, since this last podcast, like, I lost my dad, lost my grandmother, lost my brother. Like, there's a lot. Like, I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
It's not that serious.
And one thing I've noticed just in my, like, progression of life in the last couple of years, that Drake line when he say, don't speak to me like I'm that Drake from 4 years ago, I'm at a higher place. That's such a real line where it's like, I encounter people now where they almost like, they can't believe that it's not 2014. Right, exactly. And it's just like, dog, like, I'm a different person. I'm in a different space. I act different. I react different. I talk different. Life is supposed to continue on, which makes it like going back to the Dion shit. You don't just stay in the same spot. You don't stay stagnant. Life continues to happen. Snakes continuously shed skin.
Exactly.
That's a reality.
Bottom line.
So when I sit back and I really just look at like a lot of situations in life where it's like, yo, if it didn't come to some crazy shit, is there a chance to be able to like rectify this? Because we all got the same friends. You friends with him, Kev, Rod, these are all the people I'm around. So it just makes it kind of strange when you can't be like that. And I really had to like check myself in the situation where it's like, us in this podcast, there aren't many people who are willing to help.
There's not.
You understand what I'm saying? Like for us let's keep it a bean. Like how we met Justin and Justin was just like, I'm helping.
To this day.
Big Dan, how Dan is like, I'm on the team.
Yeah.
Morgan and Chelsea are like, no, I'm helping. Kevin, like, I'm helping. Jules is like, I'm helping. With stand-up comedy, from what I've seen, it's really like, you got to like get in there and you got to like figure it all out. I literally got on stage twice and was kicking it with Bill Bellamy.
Yeah.
That's not regular.
That's not normal.
That's not normal.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too, right? Those who have the opportunity and the means to help, you can help. And you think that it takes away
Clap that
from
up.
your light, but it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm gonna probably throw some stuff at y'all after we get off the air, but not probably. I am.
Okay.
But like, oh yeah, I'm going to throw some stuff at y'all after we get off the air, you know, about a plug. But at the end of the day, what me getting that and being able to share that with y'all doesn't take away from my podcast.
Right.
It doesn't take away from whatever I'm doing. It's like, yo, if they're looking for content,
Yeah.
they're not just looking for the same kind of content. Man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Like, look, BET is a network, but there's also multiple shows. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
ESPN, it's still a network, but they also have times and multiple shows where
They got 9 ESPNs.
where it taps
ESPN 8, the Ocho.
where it taps into different audiences. Like, we always think that somebody's light always dims ours, and it doesn't, man.
Man, listen.
Keeping shit in Philly is really...
Listen.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
I
It's
hate it.
absolutely
We go through it.
disgusting.
We go
I
through
got
it on a level of like literally people we've paid, people we've put on our platform, people we've shared billing with, and when we do something, it's like, oh wait, y'all had something going on? Y'all had a show? It's like that sort of shit. And it's just like, what do you mean? I just gave you money like a couple months ago. Like, what are you talking about?
But like, here's the thing, and I hate to say this about Philly, but this is a true statement. We are the most Hollywood city that nobody gives a fuck about.
Everybody's
Like we say it all the
VIP.
time. Everybody's VIP.
We swear we important, but in the grand scheme of things, like, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, we not that high on the totem pole, my
No,
nigga.
we're a blip on the
They don't
radar.
come, like, people don't realize this. They don't come to Philly to get talent. The talent leaves here, gets famous, and then we rep here.
Right.
But let's be real, Kev didn't get discovered here.
No.
He got discovered in New York.
In New York, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get my opportunities here. I got my opportunities in Los Angeles. Like, that. Now, yes, there's certain talents that probably never had, like Jasmine Sullivan maybe never left. I mean, but she's also the greatest voice since
Patty.
Yeah, like, come on, like, she doesn't have to leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, let's be real, dog. Like, Philly is not as important as we seem to think we are.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a bar.
But yeah, no, I just sit sometimes and I really just think about just the progression of everything where when you got people that are willing to like open the door for you, you got to respect that shit.
Right. Exactly.
That's just reality. And at the end of the day, I didn't want to walk through the door, but you opened it for me. So I'm going to always respect that.
And my thing is, we don't got to, and the thing is, we can't make people walk through the door.
For sure.
And who knows, I might get high and walk through that door still in life. You know what I'm saying? But it's
I'm
just
not helping. But
But you know, at the end of the day, it's just always good to just have these Jones and have these moments. This has been an excellent show. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
Like just going
this
back.
is the realest podcast ever.
Yeah, and that's what we try to be. And it's just at the end of the day, we're not trying to sell no gimmick or do nothing that no one else is doing. This is us. This is what we do on a daily. This conversation would have been had with or without microphones.
Fact, I agree with that.
All of this shit. It would have been had with or
Yep.
without microphones.
Totally
and,
agree.
To your point about creating content and putting it out there in the world, it's so much fucking content. Like him, Jules saying the other day, he was like, if Chad's the content king, I'm the content prince. Jules, I told you, he showed me that shit the other day. I'm like, I didn't know this shit exists. He's like, dog, it's so much content that come out every fucking day. And everybody has a platform. Everybody can find a way, figure out this, get backing from this, get a situation here. You don't got to stand in nobody's way or be on no weird shit. If you can open the door for people, even us, with the few doors that we've kicked in, we've opened them for other people.
I've done that,
We've helped people sell out shows. We've put people on stages. It just is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Totally agree.
So... But I'm happy we did this. This has been excellent.
This was excellent, man. It's definitely one of our top 5 episodes of the year, easily. Probably top 3.
Damn, thank you.
Probably top 3, man.
Thank y'all.
Because I know the real good ones. They all at the top of my head. This is up there. This is up there, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out your socials, whatever you got going on, coming up, blah, 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 where they can find you, man.
Just find me at Clint Coley. I know, wasn't too many jokes being had on this podcast today, but
he does tell jokes professionally.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm very good at
He's excellent.
I I got a show December 20th here. Clint Coley and Friends. Tickets is only $10 too. Like this,
Man, go TRP. Go
like,
sell them tickets out,
it's
man.
literally just for me to. I'm grabbing new material. You know what I'm saying? And but even in me doing that, I'm good at it. You know what I'm saying? Follow me at Clint Coley. The World Series of Spades. We got a new deal with a new network.
Hey.
So we'll be out.
Clap that up.
We got a new deal with a new network.
Bag drop.
Our podcast got a new deal with a new network. You know what I'm saying? So
what's up?
Fire.
We're gonna be on next year. Sure.
No, man. Congratulations on all the success, man. Appreciate you. Even being willing to come through, for us,
sure,
man.
man.
I still to this day
had
hate
a
the way that
conversation.
guy said your name on the joint when you was in New York. He said Clint Coley. I hated that joint.
I did Gotham Live.
Yeah. White people with them names, boy. They just.
And he was rushing or something.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't even get mad at him.
Yeah.
Like, you probably know some shit.
But I love Rob, man, and Rob with the ringer and them over there, and every time they meant Raheem, I was Raheem. I'd be like, oh my god. Like, I hate it.
Facts.
But no, definitely shout out to you. I'm gonna come to the show on the 20th.
For sure, I'm definitely in there.
Yeah, we'll be there. But yeah, this has been excellent. Glad we did it.
And for all of TRP Nation, Clint is family. So y'all support Clint, y'all supporting us, man.
I mean that. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's real. We out.
Peace.